Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dwayne Chase along with Kelly McDonald and our producer today, Doug Hazel. And we are at the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. And I got to tell you, Kelly, I've been broadcasting for 24 years, 24th year, and I don't think I've ever done a Saturday morning football game.
You know, I think it's a first for me too, Dwayne. But I don't mind because it's such a beautiful day here.
Isn't this something else? It's just absolutely perfect. And the Wool Bowl, nice place. I got to tell you, I came and did the game with Tyler last week. We did it over on Nimi's field, and beautiful field, and players probably love it. But from a broadcast perspective, it was brutal.
Yeah,
we were like 10 feet off field level in the middle of the field, so when the play got way down, and I'm used to being like this, way up, where you can see everything, and then the clock didn't work.
Right.
They had no clock, and
issues.
so, the game came down to the last play of the game, and we couldn't set the table because we're like, we didn't know it was the last play of the game because we didn't know if there was a minute or 10 seconds or whatever, but today that will not be the case as we are at the Wool Bowl.
Cisco will receive the opening kickoff.
All right, there you just heard it from the referee. And Nimi, of course, I'm used to radio, but when you're doing video, you can tell what color Nimi is, so I don't have to tell you. I'm used to being very descriptive, so if I say stuff today that you're like, that guy's an idiot. I can see that. I'm used to radio, and nobody can see anything. So if I'm over-descriptive, I apologize. Cisco, Kelly, looking at this on paper, it looks like this should be a pretty good matchup. Cisco comes in 2-2 on the season, 1-2 in conference. And for Nimi, the Broncos, they come in 2-3 and 1-2 in conference. And they were one play away from basically being, not basically, they would be 3-2 and 2-1.
Right.
They lost the game last week on the very, very last play of the game.
Yeah,
that 25-yard pass into the end zone. Somehow their guy, Tyler's guy, out-jumped. I believe there were 3 Nimi Broncos right by him, and somehow he got the ball and they got the win.
All right, ready to go here. There's the kickoff by.
All right, so he's saying we need to do something.
By
all
Nelson.
Right, here's the return, and boy, there's a pile, and looks like Nimi excited about the tackle, and they are. So it looks like they'll set up at the 27-yard line. So that's where the Broncos will start. Another thing I'm used to, high school, of course, and I'm not used to 15-minute quarters, so I got to get used to that. So, all right, here they come out. Let's see if we can set everything for you. Quarterback looks to be number 10 for the Wranglers.
Yeah, and they run a 2-quarterback system here.
Okay.
They got 2 quarterbacks that pretty much go equal time. So we'll see number 10 Cutter Stewart, and we'll also see number 2 Landon Vessel.
Oh, wow, that could have been 6. The pass a little far, but a diving catch. Uh-oh, what do we have? They're not seeming to be.
Penalty flag.
Yeah, I was going to say. They don't seem too excited about a 25-yard pass to start things off.
Offensive pass interference, number 81. 15 yards from the previous spot.
Oh, is that the guy that caught the ball, or was it the inside guy?
No, it was the guy that caught the ball. So pushed off a little to
Maybe,
create a little space for himself.
Well, that helps,
Correction, half the distance.
It's not that you can't do it, you just can't get caught doing it.
That's right.
So, anyway, move them back. Where they put them back? All the way to the 12. So that's a big penalty on the interference. So here we go. It's going to be 1st and 20, I guess. So, yeah, they're saying 15, but that's not right on the scoreboard. All the way back to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, they went half the distance, so it looks like first and about 22.
Yeah, it's not quite 25. They're going to back them up, or they're having trouble spotting the ball, I think.
Yeah. Math is hard, right?
It is for me. 5 years of it in high school. All right, Twins out to both sides, one back set. Nimi will shift, and I think they got somebody to jump. Yep.
Yeah, and if the guilty party is number 70, he's coming off the field.
He's leaving the game.
Start.
Legao is
Offense.
his name.
Number 70. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
First down.
That's a big boy. Did you see the size on that guy?
Yeah, well.
385. Is that right?
Number 69 is 385.
60. Where'd he go? Yeah, 69. Where's he at?
Yeah,
It's like a house.
that's a large person.
All right, quick hit. Oh, could have been picked off the hands. And a quick throw, quick hit, and comes off the hands of number 13. And that will be Anthony Johnson. He is a 6'3", 235-pound sophomore.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are just going to be somewhat aggressive here. You don't have to be too aggressive, but if you just kind of keep them in front of you, you got a great chance for a punting situation.
You don't want to let them pop that big play. So one receiver right, Twins left, going to throw, and there's a completion. But again, kind of that bend, don't break, and just a lot of yardage to make up for the Broncos on this one. Not the Broncos, excuse me, the Wranglers. So now it's third down. A little bit more manageable, but still 20, I believe. And they moved it back a little bit, maybe 21. So 3rd and 21 for the Wranglers. Again, 2-2 on the season. And they are Cisco, by the way, in case you're wondering. And we believe that's Cisco, Texas.
Cisco, Texas.
I don't think I've ever been there. There's a throw and a drop.
This is
see now, yeah. Now, Kelly, I have a bone to pick with the rules for quarterbacks. I saw this last night. I was in Las Cruces and called the Clovis versus Oregon Mountain High School game, and there were 5 or 6 passes thrown by both teams that hit the receiver right in the hands, and they dropped it. I think there ought to be a stat for drops.
Well,
all the way through high school, college, pro.
I'm with
all
you.
of it. You know,
I'm with you. We actually do that, but just internally with the Roswell High football, they keep track of drops.
Yeah, it ought to be a stat not against the quarterback. Wynn's going to get this one. That's not good.
Yeah, Porter's got to let that bounce.
I think he touched it, and he did. Wow. That is not good. As the return man tried to feel, and see the wind is kind of blowing the ball back towards where it came from, and he tried to make the shoestring pick, and if he would have caught it, he'd have gone a long way, but he doesn't, and it's going to remain the Wranglers' ball, and this time at the Nimi 48-yard line. So tough break there. And a new set of downs for Cisco.
Yeah, Porter's he's a good return man, but sometimes those guys that are capable of taking him to the house on just about every kick, they often make those mistakes that try to do too much with it. You just got to let that one bounce.
And the defense is like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We just got off the field, and here's a big run, breaking tackles. This guy is tough. He's going to take it all the way down to the 13-yard line. And that's going to be a 35-yard run.
Yeah, Keith Rockwell, he's kind of the bell cow. He's not a big guy. List him at just 5'8", and what do they list him there? 195. But I'll tell you what, he showed how hard he is to get down there, and he's got the ball again.
This time he'll get about 2 on the play. Take it down. Well, we'll give him 3. Down to the 10. And the running back for Nimi, if I remember, he kind of reminds me of that kid that plays for the Giants now.
Scattaboo.
Yeah. Don't you think? Don't they remind you
a
a little bit?
Yeah, kind of that bowling ball style. Right?
Yeah. Oregon Mountain had a kid like that. I said, just envision tackling a bowling ball and try and figure out where you'd hit them. So, Twins to each side here. Going to keep it, quarterback keeper. He's got the edge, and he's got a blocker. Oh, great play to keep him out of the end zone, don't you think?
That's Anthony Audette, and he's from Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Okay.
And
I just came through there. I don't know if I told you. I stayed the night in Las Cruces. I live in Clovis. And I told Jen, you know, I'm coming back home. I'll just come early and
just stay, huh?
Come help Kelly.
There you go. Love it.
So 3rd down, and they can get a 1st down at the 4. The Wranglers, that is. This is the 4th play of the drive coming up. Started at the Nimi 48. There's a slant, and it is good for 6, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like number 14, Jamal Hall Jr. with the catch. The small redshirt sophomore receiver, but he was perfect route on that one. Nice catch. And Cisco takes advantage of the muff punt. They strike first.
Yeah, that's got to be discouraging for the defense. You know, you get the team off the field, and then and that's what happened in Las Cruces last night. Oregon Mountain in the second half. First play, Clovis scored. They were down 20-6 at the half, and they scored their first possession in the 3rd. And the first possession that Oregon Mountain had the ball, they fumbled, and Clovis went in and scored. So very similar, different game, high school and whatnot, but you know the turnovers though that the opponent turns into points is very brutal.
Yeah, I mean it puts a lot on your defense, especially in a situation like we have here today, where your defense starts the game, and that's what you wanted. You know, you wanted to defer to the second half, but then you know they get a stop, and then how are they rewarded by that? They got to get right back on the field, and then you know can't get the stop. So this is a tough start to the game for the Broncos.
So extra point getting ready to come here. Be from 25 yards out, and that has plenty of foot and plenty of accuracy, and that will do it. So 7-0 is your score. We have 12:02 to go here in the first. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Here we go. It will be the Wranglers kicking off after a Kelly 4-play drive that started at the Nimi 48, but it was basically their second possession as Nimi fumbled. So here's a kind of a pooch kick, a little bit deeper. Nice return. Taken out to the 20, out to the 35, so not too bad. Don't you think anymore in modern college that conceding, even in pro, the conceding the 35 is not bad?
Yeah, no, I would say that's probably the line on a, successful or not successful kick return for the cover team. I usually say the 30. If you can keep them inside the 30, that's usually good. But again, I'm usually doing high school, so.
Yeah, and
college, but behind the 35, I agree with you. I think that's pretty good.
Not many times anymore do they kick it deep because they just, they're too worried about that coverage,
right?
And giving up the big play, so they kind of concede yardage to avoid that. Oh, nice run, good job.
Yeah, Jake South picking up, looks like about 7 on first down. I ran into his 2 grandmas in the elevator up before the game, and they, of course, couldn't be prouder of Jake South, the sophomore quarterback. He's done a good job this year.
And where's he from?
Well,
I remember last week
he's from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. I have a son. That's why I remember. I have a son in San Antonio. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, good size quarterback. Just pretty prototypical, 6'5", 212. Maybe a little slight, but.
Nice run. I don't remember seeing him last week.
Porter will do anything for you. Jeremiah Porter, he actually muffed the punt, but he's a talented return guy. He's the backup quarterback, or one of them. He's just kind of a do-it-all. He'll be a receiver, running back, kick returner.
Yeah, 9-yard run on that one gets Nimi the first down. So, you can give up that first score. You just got to go get your own.
Right, and they need to answer here.
Oh, no, they're not. Is that our guy right there? Nope.
No.
Our Scatterboo clone?
I'm looking, but I
don't think that was him.
No, I don't either. Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it's Donahoe. I was going to say it. The build
Donahoe,
looks
yeah.
like him, but those numbers are too small in my opinion, and they kind of blend together. So a 6 looks like a 5.
It's
looks
not
like
even
an 8.
the size; it's the contrast.
Yeah.
Just not a whole lot there. I ran into that last night with Clovis, number 9 and 5. Both played defensive backs. I couldn't tell which one it was half the time. Got it wrong once. The dad texted me and said, "No, that was my kid." Oh, good job by South to get rid of that.
Well, he sure was. He paid a little bit of a price, but that's just cool as a cucumber quarterbacking right there. And nearly gets the first down. Gonna be a little short, maybe.
Timeout on the field.
Yep. Who's doing that?
What's going on?
The timeout by somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually don't.
Yep. Do we want to take one, too, and come back?
Sure.
All right.
Take that, the 38-yard line.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. 9:50 to go in the first. 7-0. The Cisco Wranglers in the lead, but Nimi with a nice drive going here. Fourth play of the drive. Started on their 38-yard line. They're down to the 38, and they'll get the first down on the, was that a version of the tush push?
Well, not really. I think that's more just
The quarterback sneak?
yeah, letting your 6'5" quarterback lean forward when you just need a yard.
Looks like he'll get it with no problem, so they'll move the chains. Now tell me, in college, because I'm used to doing a lot of high school, does the clock stop when they move the chains? It does, right?
It does until they get set, and then they
As soon as it's set, it starts again.
roll it. Yeah.
And I had to get used to the penalties too, because in college almost everything's still live. They
Right.
throw the flag and you can continue the play, except for like 2 things. High school, the minute they throw the flag, everything stops.
Right. They stop on almost everything in high school.
All right, here's South. He's going to roll and throw and has his man. Nice catch off the turf at the 21.
That is Sumo Stubblefield out of Honolulu, Hawaii. He's a nice target at 6'2" and 204.
Yeah, the Tyler team had a kid, Willie Nelson. Defense, I kept having to say Willie Nelson on the tackle.
I tell you
like,
what. Some of the things people name their kids these days could
I
be
know,
considered
right?
child abuse.
Here's a handoff, and that's our guy right there, 18. He'll get a gain of 3. Man, he earns a lot of tough yards. He really does.
He does, and he punishes some defensive players in the process.
Yeah,
usually.
they're probably, and he's from Florida. I met his parents and his girlfriend, believe it or not. They sat right next to me during the broadcast. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at how many people travel with these teams from a long way off.
Yeah,
to
you
come
know,
and watch,
some of the players, I don't know if it's from Nimi, but Tyler, Australia, New Zealand, stuff like that.
a little Wildcat action here.
Yeah, and how about those shoes?
Just says thanks for watching.
Jaden Wood.
Gain of 5 on the play. So a nice drive going here, Kelly. A 9th play of the drive coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty balanced, too, pass and run, and I know that's what Coach Suckup would like, try to not be too predictable. should have plenty of weapons at his disposal, so might as well use them.
So do you know how many teams nationally there are in the junior college level?
I don't.
It'd be interesting to know, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Gain of 2 on this one, maybe 1 down to the 12. We'll give them 1 on the play. Okay, that's going to be another first down. How about that? Good job by Nimi. And they can get a first down, Kelly, without scoring. They can get down inside the 2.5, something like that.
Okay, we want to, I'll wait for this play before I say what I need to say.
All right, South in the shotgun. 1 receiver out to each side. Going to keep it. Not a whole lot there. Good job waiting.
Yeah,
and
good
inside
patient
the 10.
run there.
Yeah, nice job.
So we need to apologize. We had a technical issue in where our video was not coming across, just our audio until just a few seconds ago. So welcome to the video portion of our broadcast.
Oh, man, I should have been descriptive like if I were doing radio.
That's right. Should have been doing the simulcast.
I backed off the descriptive and did it wrong.
That's all right. But we're back.
Now
and
we
going
have video. We're good to go. All right. Twins out to the right, 1 receiver left for South. And they have a 2nd, and we'll call it 7. He's going to roll, throw, man wide open, and I believe he got in. Nice job by number 7, Monfrey. Another Florida guy.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Another Floridian who's come to southeast New Mexico to continue his football career, and he's been pretty good for the Broncos. One of the top 2 receivers.
So a nice answer. That is going to be a 11-play drive. And Kelly, they took, good night, 6 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock on that one.
Just a good solid drive, and like you said, a great answer to that disappointing start to the football game.
There comes the attempt to tie things up. And it looks like it's good, and it is. So how about that? 7-7 is your score at the 5:38 mark here in the first quarter play. We will be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl, first quarter. Morning football. Maybe not quite morning now. Let's see. Yep,
yeah.
Still is. Still morning, and a first for both of us. Kickoff is away, taking it to 10. And good coverage. I've noticed for Nimi, Kelly, the coverage on the kickoffs have been good.
Well, and that was been kind of a weakness for them early in the season. So they've made coaching staff's done a good job correcting that for the Broncos this year. I got an answer to your question. There are approximately 123 junior college football programs in the United States.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would not have known that. That's a lot.
Yeah, they're split pretty evenly between the NJCAA, which is these teams, and then the CCCAA, which is more of an East Coast thing, I think.
Okay, so there's basically 2 leagues, if you will. All right, Cisco come back out, see if they can answer. They'll start this time at the 31. They don't mind throwing it, and oh man, what a pass and what a catch.
Yeah, that was just a perfectly thrown ball. Pretty decent coverage, just put it right where he needed to.
Yeah, talk about, what do they say, dropping one in the basket?
Yeah, Isaiah King just stayed on his route, concentrated, and made the catch, and we're seeing we're seeing some good offense from
36-yard play.
Yeah, from Cisco. Other than that first drive, they've been pretty solid.
And throw almost looks like a repeat.
Oh.
We didn't miss him by much, but it'll go incomplete. And that could have been a very quick scoring drive.
Well, yeah. Carrillo again with pretty tight coverage, but boy, that quarterback, and have they switched?
They have switched. This is number 2 now.
So they've gone to Landon Vessel. I wonder if he's more the.
He must be more the thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he likes this. That one's didn't give him enough room to make the catch.
No, and it didn't make it anyway, but yeah, threw that one a little bit too far out of bounds.
I don't think the wind, I mean, it could be affecting the throw a little bit. It's maybe, 10 miles an hour?
I would think
if that.
Yeah, at most, or right around there. Yeah, Vessel has 58 attempts on the season, whereas Stewart only has 50. So, I mean, Stewart will throw it too.
Pretty much 50-50 on the passing even, yeah.
But in this game, it's been Vessel who's been looking down the field.
Yeah, they've thrown the ball quite a bit. So looking at a 3rd and 10 here after the 2 incompletes. I'm going to go right back and throw it again. Oh, good job leaning back and catching that one. Throw was off target. Now, where's the spot, and did they get the first down?
Boy, about a yard short it looks like. On the great catch, as he said, by J.J. Johnson.
So that'll be good for 9 yards, and 4th and 1, obviously 4-down territory. Going to go for it here. Uh-oh, got him to jump, free play. They know that, and they're going to take the play, I do believe. That's
well,
going to be
I think
a touchdown.
they will, yeah. Jaden Burnett with the catch on the free play, basically. And another nice ball from Landon Vessel. He's been impressive.
Yeah, he's throwing it up there nice. So that didn't take long. 5-play drive.
Offside.
Started at their own 31.
Defense, number 45. The penalty will be declined. Touchdown.
About a minute and 32 seconds on that one. Not very long. And who was the receiver on that one?
It was Jaden Burnett, number 15.
Number 15.
Redshirt freshman.
Now when they
look at this.
yeah, going to go for 2. Looks like Nimi's ready for it, and what's the word?
Improvisation.
Improvisation, yeah. Man.
Yeah, the kicker, Stephen Effort, didn't look just real comfortable throwing that ball, but he made the throw, and catch was made, so 2-point conversion for Cisco makes it 15-7.
All right, 15-7 your score. Cisco in the lead. You're watching on KSVPTV.com. We'll be back. Welcome back, and good morning to the Wool Bowl. Cisco scores quickly. They'll kick it off. Now Nimi, kind of interesting, Kelly, how Nimi had the long drive.
Oh, look out, Porter's loose.
Yeah, nice return out to the 35.
Sorry, I jumped in there.
No, that's fine. I looked up and I went, you're right. He is loose. So Nimi will start at their own 35. That's exactly where they started last time. Now they're going to give them the 36, it looks like. But I was talking and mentioning Nimi, a 6-minute 24-play drive, and Cisco a minute 32. So we'll see what kind of drive maybe Nimi can put together here.
Yeah, that's pretty stark contrast in those drives. Cisco going with the big hitters, and Nimi was more methodical on their scoring drive.
Nice run out to the 40. Be a gain of 4 on the play. And I believe that was Donahoe, right?
It was.
I just got to think either how many people does he make really sore, or how sore is he?
Well, probably both.
Yeah.
But that's probably the way he likes it, because that's a running style that a lot of people do. You know, you mentioned Scatterbo, and you know it can be pretty effective.
Yeah, did you see him do the backflip thing? Yeah. Man, what an athlete. All right, there's a jet sweep, I guess. They call it that here too, right?
Yeah, that's
That what you'd call it?
sure.
Out to the 47. That one's good for 7 yards.
Not sure who was carrying the ball there.
On the sweep for the Broncos takes
Well, he came from the bottom down here.
going to be good for another.
It might have been a beta.
Yeah, he was down here. I don't know if he was in the slot.
Yeah, I think it was a beta. He's in the slot on the opposite side now.
Okay. I think that's who it was, too. Twins right, one back set, shotgun. And they're going to fake it. Oh, screen. Oh, they had it set up. You know, the lineman, it's kind of interesting defensively. You would think when they're like, this guy's letting me go, that they would instantly go, oh, screen.
Right.
But they, like, see the quarterback and their eyes get big,
Right.
and they just can't stop. Because all 4 of them that time went after the quarterback.
Yeah, you need
And you would think one of the 4 would have been, wait, how come they're letting us go?
I think the linemen have to sell it a little bit better. You know, they gotta act like they're getting beat instead of just letting them go.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Ooh, tough snap.
Yep, good job to pick it up and throw.
Oh,
That should have been picked
Yeah,
at the
it should.
30.
Ill-advised throw from Jake South, and was lucky to escape there.
Keandre Lewis, a 205-pound 6-footer, and don't know where he's from.
Yeah, we don't have the hometowns for Cisco.
You know, I
so-
thought about doing in high school games, finding out the elementaries
Oh,
that
there you
the
go.
kids went to, and go, you know, here's this kid from this elementary. Because it's kind of cool doing this at this level, and they're from all over the place.
That's a good idea. I know some of those for my team. So
Right,
I
you would
may
know who they
incorporate
were.
that.
All right, there's a dart,
Oh,
great
first down.
catch, yeah, down to the 38. Yeah, you're right about Porter. He's always around the ball, isn't he?
He is. He. I'm not sure there's anything he couldn't do if you asked him to. Just
15-yard catch there, not a whole lot of run behind it. But, you know, we've seen already today some really good receptions on both sides.
we have.
Ball's not quite on the mark, and the receiver's doing a good job of spearing them, snagging them, whatever you want to call it. So 1st and 10 for Nimi again. Going to hand it off. Oh, good burst there.
I think that was Trevion Butler, who's listed as a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you're right. Number 22.
Oh, no. Okay.
22, I think
Oh,
that
that's
was.
Munez.
Yep. He's from Florida. A lot of Florida kids.
You can kind of tell where they're recruiting, I think.
I kind of think they're, I was going to say, who handles recruiting?
Baseball team goes to Korea to recruit, but the football team,
Is that right?
yeah, they spread it out a little more.
Wow. All right, big 3rd down play here, but obviously, Kelly, I got to think it'd be 4-down territory.
Yeah, kind of in that area of
Unless they have a kid with a big foot. I don't know. Do you know what their kicker situation is like?
Yeah, Jack Nelson. He's this is probably the outermost part of his range. What would this be, a 48-yard field goal? So.
Yeah, pretty long. Isn't it amazing, though, in the pros, how
those
far they're
guys.
kicking them now?
Someone's
military. They're first in
someone's
half.
going to get a 70-yarder this year, I think.
You're probably right. All right, we're 1:11 to go here in the first, and 15-7 is your score. Cisco in the lead. We will be back. You're watching on KSBPTV.com. Good morning and welcome back to the Wool Bowl, Dwayne Chase, along with Kelly McDonald, Doug Hazel, the producer, and good football game going on. 15-7 the score, 1:11 to go. Nimi with another nice drive going. Fifth play of the drive coming up. They're going to go home run ball, and that one.
Yeah, there was too
timing.
much.
Yep, too much contact. So timing pattern. Kelly threw it off, and they're going to get the penalty.
Yeah, looking for Porter, and Porter was being held around the 15. So that'll be a
I am
spot
always
foul.
amazed too at the defensive ends. You know, they'll be look like they're dancing with somebody, hugging them so much, and then when they throw the flag, they look at them like, "What'd I do?"
Yeah.
So we, smothered the guy.
Defense, number 12, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
All right, so that'll be a 15-yard. And really, that I guess you take that because it really saved the touchdown most likely.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's good to get a penalty in those situations, but you're right. They're like guys in prison. All those D-backs, they're always innocent.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, I didn't do it. Oh, we got a direct snap.
Ooh,
That
last
got
time,
blown
not
up,
this
yeah.
time.
Loss of 6 on that play.
Yeah, they ran it to the same guy, Jaden Wood, who got a little something out of it last time they tried it, but the Wranglers were ready that time.
So it'll bring up a second, and we'll call it 15. They can get a first down around the 7, and only 41 seconds. This is going pretty quick.
Yeah, because these junior college games sometimes go 3.5, 4 hours. So.
Oh, can they go?
Yeah. They do.
We're going to have to ask for a pay raise,
I
aren't we?
think we might.
I think we are. All right. Oh, that's we got a flag
Yeah.
quickly. Did you get a face mask, you think?
Well, I think they did. I think it's maybe more just grabbing the helmet, maybe underneath the helmet. Than
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
face
like
mask,
it
but
was
it's gonna
underneath,
be-
looked like, wasn't it?
It's going to be the same penalty.
Because South kind of ducked, and it looked like somebody got a hand under the helmet. We'll see, though.
Which will be fortunate after the loss on first down if they get the and we can. I love that we can listen to the call. I wish they do it in all our games.
Oh, I know. That is nice. I like that.
Here we
Miking
go
up the ref.
with the white hat.
Offense, number 62. That penalty is declined. Third down.
Oh, wow. Was that a hold?
They called a hold, so I
So
guess.
all that helmet stuff we talked about was nothing.
Well, it sure looked like he pulled him down by his helmet, but I guess maybe he had the shoulder pads or.
Yeah, something else, yeah. Kind of a pile there, but it
Yeah.
did kind of have that look.
It looked kind of awkward, didn't it?
It did. So they'll decline that one, and it's going to bring up third and 21, 23, they're saying. So, again, 4-down territory, I would have to think. They're going to go end zone. There's a guy, and that one's too far.
Yeah, just really not much there for South to look at. Maybe could have dumped it off to Donahoe and maybe get some of it, but
It looks like we have some personnel changes going on here.
they're gonna.
They're going to give it a shot, you think?
They are. Now, which kicker do they have out there?
I don't know. Going to be, what, a 45-yarder?
Right at it, yeah.
You know their kickoff guy has a long foot. Is that their kickoff guy?
I think this is Skoog,
Just got to get it in the air a little bit.
the Swede.
Yep,
but
there's the
if
problem right
but
there.
If it's blocked,
Those long kicker guys, it's a live ball. They're going to return it.
well, that's risky.
Yep.
But Nimi wasn't quite ready, so. And there's the horn for the quarter.
And big return. The block went down to the 2. They bring it all the way up to the Nimi 36.
Yeah, and you just got to be, once you see that they get a hand on the ball, you've got to be ready for a return. I mean, Nimi was strolling to the sidelines, about half of them, so.
Yeah, they were already kind of coming off the field, weren't they?
They were. That was not well played.
Well, they had a play last night. I keep referring to the game I did last night, but we thought we'd made it to the half, so we actually took a break, and the referees came back and put a second on the clock. Clovis had the ball on their own 6. They ran a play, and the quarterback got tackled at the 5 on the other side of the field. So Clovis almost scored with 1 second left, on about a 91-yard run.
Wow,
But
that's
they caught him right at the 5. But almost
good for the
disastrous.
stats, but not good for much else.
No, not at all. It didn't even count on the stat. Well, I guess it did.
Sure,
You're
it
right.
should.
It sure did. You're exactly right.
Add 90
you
yards
wanna
to his rushing total.
Take a break or stay here?
I think we can pretty much stay at this point.
All right. I did too much talking.
No, that's all right. That's
Yeah.
what the pain is for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, nobody in my family's surprised I get paid to talk. 15-7, still the score though, but a good setup here for Cisco's. They'll start on the 36.
Oh, the flicker.
Yep, back.
Oh,
forth,
boy.
all the other way. I don't know if I've seen a play quite like that. Have you?
No, I don't think so. So you get the double reverse flea flicker that goes to the screen instead of going deep. And
Yeah, going
boy,
back across the field.
but I guess all your blockers are over there on that last fake. So
They set it all up.
that's an interesting play.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one on replay.
Yeah, that one. Well,
I'm not sure
you know,
I've ever seen that
you can go to ksvp.com and
And
it'll
do that.
it'll be up there all for
ever.
all season. Yeah.
That's nice. All season, okay.
Well, you know, probably as long as you want it to.
Well, there's a whole guy that used to help me so big said I could have run through it.
Keith Rockwell.
15-yard run on that one. And, man, the block kick, you know, I was referring to the long kicker. The problem with them, to get the distance, they kick them flat. So, and the kick was blocked.
Right. Now, the farther away you are, you know, the
Now,
less
if
you
that
can
had
get it
gone
up.
into the end zone, could he have picked it up still, or is it dead ball?
I think in
college?
college you can run
You
it
can
out
still
of the end
pick it
zone.
up,
Yeah,
right?
I believe so.
Yeah. If that were high school, it'd be dead.
Yeah, anytime it gets in the end zone in high
Holding.
school.
Defense, number 41. The penalty's half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Okay, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Or can we call it the 2.5?
Yeah, well, we can.
We're in the booth, we can do whatever we want,
That's right.
Well, within reason. All right, Cisco with a first and goal. They lead at 15-7. That is a
easy
slant and a catch and a touchdown. Number 13 on the catch.
Anthony Johnson, the tight end. That's just
And
too easy.
Was the quarterback again Vessel?
I believe it was Vessel, yes.
I think you're right. Not a big pass play stat-wise, but 3 yards and good for 6.
You know, I take it back. It was Stewart.
Was it Stewart?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're
Number 10.
if
Yeah,
you're
so,
keeping
you know,
track
like
over
you
there.
talked, you know, they kind of split time, it seems like, and equal on the passing.
Now I'm thinking they probably won't try another fake 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, now they'll shift. Kind of interesting, that swinging gate thing. Yep, kick is good. All right. 23-7 is your score. 13:53 to go here in the second quarter of play. And you're watching on ksvptv.com. We'll take a break and be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. 13:53 to go here in the second quarter of play. 22-7, and Kelly on that one, short work, 4 plays on minute 7, 36 yards for Cisco.
Well, and all their drives have been pretty quick ones, play-wise and probably time-wise.
Well, they have been. Let's see, 4 play, 5 play, and 4 play. So you're exactly right. Deep kick. Oh, good move on the cut there. Yeah, a lot of reinforcements coming, but that was a good move to not get tackled around the 10.
Yeah, pretty decent return of about, I don't know, 24 yards for Jeremiah Porter. But now the Broncos down 2 scores. This drive becomes even more important. They've got to get down the field in this one.
13:45 left. Yeah, and their drives, well, you know, even their last one ended up being before the field goal, 9 plays, and they had started on their own 36. So their drives have been, you know, as I chart everything here, much more methodical, if you will, than those of Cisco. Cisco's been pretty much a quick strike team today. We got a new quarterback too.
They do. That's an interesting move there. It looks like it's going to be Wyatt Gomez, and you probably remember Wyatt Gomez.
Is he a Roswell kid?
He is a Lovington kid.
Lovington.
A very prolific quarterback at Lovington.
They're having a good year again this year.
Yeah, they
not as good as Artesia.
They play in a tough district.
You can't compare anybody to Artesia.
No. My dad was military, came here in the 60s, and he would talk about Artesia from North Carolina.
Yeah, well, the most successful program in the country since 1950. So, I mean, that's...
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is Artesia.
Is Artesia.
I did not know that. So don't feel too bad when you get it handed to you by them, huh?
No, I mean, you almost have to expect it, and if you don't, then consider yourself lucky.
That's interesting. I wonder if there's any Artesia kids playing for Nimi today.
There are a couple.
Are there a couple?
Well, on the team.
All right, that one's floated up. Oh, did he get a foot in?
Nope.
Oh, my goodness. That would have been some kind of catch on the sideline, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Monfrey. Tremendous effort, go up and get it, just could not get a foot down.
No, it would have been all the way down to, 42, something like that? You know, it does seem to me, I mean, I may be wrong, but it seems like throwing into the wind that it is holding up that ball a little bit.
Well, and it could be...
They seem to float just a bit.
Yeah, and there is a little breeze coming out of the south. You know,
we watched Cisco's quarterback going that way, both of them, and they had a few, not all of them, but a few that just kind of seemed to hang up there a little bit. All right, timeout is taken, so we'll do the same thing. And thank you for watching on KSVP.
New Mexico Military is challenging the previous play of a no catch. Play is under further review.
Now you out there shooting and go ahead, get with it, get it, got the crew and go ahead, work with it, cause still the boys is gonna keep dropping it. New dance, that's the way we rock with it, make it about second twirl, go ahead, pop with it. If you can't do the dance, go ahead and watch it. Won't be a different dance that can go and stop it. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Critical music up in the house.
It's 1 foot, right?
After review, there is no clear and obvious evidence to show a catch. Ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass.
Well, it was very close, Kelly. We could tell. I mean, we don't have the ability to see the
Nimi
review,
will be
but
charged with their first timeout.
it was a very close play, and
Second timeout.
regardless, on the receiver side, a great catch.
Yeah, Coach Suckup decided it was close enough to risk the challenge, and he didn't say, he didn't just uphold it. He said it was just too close to overturn. So, yeah, it must have been a close one.
So Nimi will punt it away, trailing 22-7. And I got to think on this offensive possession, Kelly, that it's kind of imperative for Nimi
Oh, they fake
to
it.
get a stop.
Oh,
They did fake it, but
Boy.
he did not get it.
They
So
did
that's
not.
Yeah. Ooh.
it was probably there. They're looking for
Yeah.
Spoog.
Kind of overthrew him though, right?
Just barely. And boy, that's pretty risky there. It's your own 28.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to give them the ball. So a fake punt at your 28. So this is going to be the second time, Kelly, that Cisco is going to start on Nimi's side of the ball, and this time at the 28-yard line. So short field to work with, 12-22. They're going to go one shot, and fortunate for Nimi, no flag on that one.
Yeah, a lot of contact, little pushing and shoving, a little grabbing by both guys, but they're going to say it's just good defense there by Anthony Audette.
So that'll go incomplete, bring up second down. Another thing I think they ought to do in football, since you're so curious about what all my ideas are on rules, they should put mitts on the linemen so they can't grab. If I can
That's
hook
interesting.
you, yeah, we'll talk about it some more in a minute. Cisco going to run a running play here and defended very well by Nimi. Gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, Rockwell, nowhere to go on that one.
Put some kind of mitt, almost like a boxing glove.
Yeah.
And if I can hook you, I'm strong in it, then that's okay. But I can't grab you.
Right.
And then, and they can't catch the ball anyway. So what do they need their hands for? Just saying.
That's an interesting thought.
And then that would get rid of all the holding calls.
Even if it got rid of some of them,
Yeah,
I think it would be worth it.
Even half of them.
Yeah.
Seems like every third play is a hold in the NFL. Oh, hit him in a bad spot, Kelly, right in the hands.
Right between the 8 and the 1.
See, there's that stat again. Another one of my rules. Stat changes. I've submitted all these, and I haven't heard back from anybody. Yeah.
Once again, they didn't ask you.
They did not call me. Okay, this is going to set up, let's see, going to be
44-yarder.
Yeah, 44-yard field goal attempt.
Well, effort. They've got confidence in him. Got the little breeze behind him, a little right to left as well.
Yeah, he does have some help.
Should be good.
Yeah, it looks like it's got the distance,
Oh.
and he missed it, pushed it to the right.
Well, I tell you what, they get away with the failed fake punt there. They get a 3 and out, or a 3 and a field goal attempt that misses.
Yeah, they're basically going to get the ball back where they had it.
Yeah, almost exactly where they had
Well,
it.
not basically. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
about a yard difference?
Yeah, let me see that. Well, they started on the 24, so they'll start on they actually gained 3 yards out of the deal. They'll start at the 27 this time. Only deals they lost a minute and a half, maybe. That went pretty quick.
That was best case scenario for you if you're Nimi and failing that fake punt.
Yeah, no doubt. Now this is number 22.
Yeah, that's Muniz again. The other Florida running back.
Yeah, both backs out of Florida. I think the parents told me that they may have played Pee Wee football together.
Is that right?
I thought that's what he told me. I don't have any way to verify that, but it seems like he told me that the other back, that him and his son, and referring to Donahoe, played together when they were little kids. Now here they are playing college at Nimi.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat story when it's so far away from where you did.
Kind of interesting, isn't it? They know where to go there other than backwards, really. They'll lose the 4 that they gained.
And that was Porter on the carry. Didn't find any room on that little jet sweep, end around, whatever you want to call it.
Kind of interesting, too. It kind of seems like all of a sudden the defenses have settled in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it looked like you mentioned it was going to just be a shootout at the start, and now we're 10 minutes left in the half, and been 2 possessions apiece with no score. I believe that's right.
I think that's right.
And they've gone back to the other quarterback. Right?
No, it's South. It's still South.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't he go out? Remember?
Well, you know what? He did go out for that.
Yeah.
Wyatt Gomez was out there for just the last possession. So they did go back to South. He hits Donahoe with the perfect pass, but there's your stat.
There's another one.
Another drop.
I just think it just seems you got 2 people involved,
Oh yeah, and it's a judgment call, which for stat keeping.
If you miss them, it's incomplete.
Yeah.
But if you hit them, it's a tough punt, kind of into that breeze. And did he touch it? Well, doesn't matter. His other guy thought maybe he did.
Second guy went after it.
Yeah, probably a wise decision, don't you think?
I agree. If there's any question, I think you got to go up and get it if you have a clear shot at gaining possession there. So that was a heads-up play by one of those Wrangler.
Number 16, I believe that was.
So that's
Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Yeah, his coach is probably patting him on the back for that one. Say, hey, that was a smart play.
But
the return guy but part of it's the wind.
Yeah.
Hung it up.
Yeah.
And he tried to go get it and didn't quite get to it.
And Soakai usually gets a little more leg out of it, so I'm with you. I think that breeze might be a little
kind of affecting it more than maybe we think. So good field position again for Cisco, leading at 22-7, 9:45 to go here in the second. And that's a quick little run play, nicely done, out to the 44-yard line.
And that's Rockwell again, and they don't mind feeding him the football.
7 yards on that run. But again, I think in the first half, though, if you're Nimi, you've got to do all you can to avoid any more points by Cisco.
Yeah, don't want to let the game get away from you.
Well, he had 2 men wide open on that one. Kelly hit the deep guy down at the 25.
Yeah, I kind of thought he overthrew the first guy initially as well, but then the second guy coming across, it was a perfect ball.
And they weren't close together. They were spread out enough that, he gave the other guy. Sometimes you'll see them, 2 guys in the same spot.
Yeah, that's
you're not quite sure who that was for.
Be. That's a mistake usually.
19-yard pass play on that one.
And it is Landon Vessel back in the game at quarterback for Cisco. So they truly do run a 2-quarterback system.
Yeah, they do, and it's about every other possession, seems like, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty equal time.
So he'll lose 2 on that one.
Yeah, somebody famous once said, if you think you've got 2 starting quarterbacks, you don't have any. But I'm not sure that's true here. Both these guys have been pretty impressive and pretty even to me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a lot of drop-off either way, does it?
And the stats back it up as well.
Pitch play. Good job by Nimi to string that out. Going to go down to the 24. Gain of 3 on the play.
That's Anthony Audette coming from his cornerback position to make that play on Keith Rockwell.
We typically say this is 4-down territory, but we've seen both teams try long field goals.
That's correct. We're just too used to high school. It's definitely 4 down territory for high school.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, touchdown.
Yeah, that was, boy, threading the needle, but after it got through the needle, there was a lot of green pasture, huh?
Absolutely. That's Keith Rockwell, the running back, and, you know, he is their second leading receiver as well, if I am not mistaken. Actually, he's their top receiver. So
he's number one.
He's
okay.
number one
so
rushing
he's
and
Mr.
receiving.
Versatility then.
So nicely done, and we will have effort back out here for another point after touchdown.
Looks like it's good, and it is. So that make it to 20. They already added the point, didn't they?
29,
yeah. 29-7. So Cisco's starting to open this thing up. 7:36 to go, and that was a 5-play drive. They took it 51 yards, and they didn't take long to do it. 1 minute and 45 seconds. We will take a break. You're listening to KSVPTV.com and watching, I'm assuming. We'll be back.
They got whiskey, women, music and smoke. It's where the cowboy go to Main Street. I got a good job, I like for my money. It's winter time, I keep the door running. I fire up my pickup truck and let the horses run. I go winding the highway to the highway.
Welcome back to the Wool Bowl, and we're getting close to not being morning anymore.
I was going to say, I can't quite say good afternoon yet, but
Not close. We're
getting
soon, a couple of minutes. 7:36 to go in this one, and for Cisco, another quick drive, another touchdown pass, and 51 yards on that one in 1 minute and basically 30 seconds.
well, I'll tell you what, we're talking about the win and it not seeming like it's a factor. You just saw it blow the ball off the tee. So
Yeah, so it's a factor.
Yeah, it's more of a factor than it seems like to us. So we will.
Well, I kind of thought that on those passes, it just had just that look of a little bit of a float thrown into the wind. So, like you said, blowing it off. Here comes the kick, and this one going to be down to about the 3-yard line. Oh, big tackle.
Yeah, nice open field tackle. Davian Blewett taking.
Yeah,
Porter
watching,
down.
this is my second game to help with Nimi, and as you said, Porter, boy, he is active for Nimi, isn't he?
Yeah, they just look for ways to get the ball in his hands, and like I said, he can even play quarterback. He played more quarterback last year than he has this year. It's really been Wyatt Gomez, the backup. But yeah, he's a talented guy.
All right, Nimi really needs to get something going here. Their last scoring was back 11:55 in the first quarter. So they've been shut out here in the second quarter, and this isn't going to get much going right here. They're going to give him a loss of 1 on the play.
Jaquavius Simmons, the linebacker, with the sack there of Jake South.
Yeah, I'm just amazed how these colleges find all these kids. you know?
Well, it's not like the old days. You can pretty much find them.
Well, that's true.
Find them online now,
Yeah,
but
their mom and dad have videos of them.
Oh yeah, highlight tapes
And grandmas.
and
Like
grandmas,
you said, in the
right?
elevator, yep. Oh, there was a little miscommunication there on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure who Jake was throwing to there. If he was throwing to
Yeah, there
Donahoe
were
in the background,
two
or what.
guys, and he kind of seemed to throw it right in between them, didn't
Right. Yeah, he had Porter and Donahoe there, and neither one really looking for it either. So, yeah, that's a miscommunication.
he? Yeah, they kind of looked at each other and go, "What was that?"
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and long, and that's not what they need. They need to go down and score here.
Nimi has had a 3-and-out the last 2 possessions prior to this one.
Staring another one in the face here if they don't pick up yards.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 into that breeze we've talked about. That's a good catch, but not going to be enough. So you would think they would not risk it here at the 32, correct?
Well, probably not, but you are down 3 scores. But here comes the punting unit.
Yeah, and they're going to punt into the wind.
And I would think that they would punt it, but I would have thought they would have punted it last time from this similar down and distance.
Right,
and
the
part
time
of the
before
field.
they faked it.
But I expect Sokai to boot this one.
Yep, left-footed kicker.
And the Aussie.
Yeah, get away. Those wobblers, you're like, don't touch those. Nice punt.
Yeah, not bad.
Kind of flipped the field a little bit. For Cisco, they'll start at their own 38, and then we have 6:02 left here in the second, but Cisco keeps kind of tacking them on. They've forced 3 punts in a row for Nimi, so imperative here, Kelly, going into the half, that Nimi doesn't give up any more points.
No, they've got to get a stop on this drive. Even if you don't score when you get it back, you have to keep them.
Yeah, I got to stop it.
From making it a 4-score game.
Yeah, and if my math is correct, 1, 2, 3, Cisco scored on 4 of 5 possessions.
Nice tackle.
Yeah, up to the 36. Well,
Tackle
actually, they're going to say he loses a couple on that one.
Tackle made by Shamar Berryhill. And yeah, the tackle for loss on the pass play is a rarity.
Get in there, 99!
Pretty good crowd here this evening. Or is this evening now? It is.
Well, just the afternoon.
Yeah, noon, 12:03. Mountain time, by the way. Nice run out to the 40, gain of 4.
Yeah, they got the Corps cadets here, or some of them at least. I know some of the junior college guys are here.
Well, I told the story last week. As soon as they run this play, I'll tell you about a basketball game I did here for the high school. One of the most interesting things happened I've ever seen. We'll talk about this one first. Oh. That's okay, though. Well, defensive guys aren't supposed to be able to catch.
Yeah, but boy, we needed him to do that one.
How many defensive guys catch, even in the pros?
Hammond Russell the fifth. He's been so good defensively for the Broncos, but man, they sure could have used that interception and field position there. But they do get the 3 and out.
They do get the punt, which they haven't. Only the second time they've stopped Cisco today in this 11 o'clock start.
Let's see if Jeremiah Porter can. Boy, a booming kick.
Yeah, that's one of those. I don't even know if I'd try to fair catch. Just get out of the way. That's all the way back to the 25. And, we're way up here in the press box, and that went, 40 feet over our head?
Yeah, that was way up there. A booming punt. And all you can do is fair catch it because you don't want to let it bounce then. And so good job by Porter not to try to return that one.
So Nimi looking for their first down since the 3:48 mark when they attempted a field goal in the first quarter.
Wow.
So 3 and out. So they not only would like to score, they need to get a first down.
Well, hats off to the Cisco defense. I mean, that's
kind of amazing. We were talking about looked like it was going to be an offensive shootout, and the defenses have settled in. Maybe a little bit more, Cisco's. They haven't stopped their offense as much, but yet, they haven't scored every time they touched it.
Right. Isaiah Garcia.
Because I've done games where that's happened.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, a week ago in Clovis, Las Cruces High scored every single time they touched the ball.
Well, they're pretty good.
They're number 1 in the state. Yeah, in
High,
6A football. Yeah, pretty good. Oh, not looking too well for a first down here. No gain on that one.
Well, they got the good play on first down, a 5-yard carry by Isaiah Garcia, but second down run got him nothing.
Yeah, nothing on that one. I was doing a basketball game, Portales against Nimi's Colts, which is their high school, and I'd never been to the gym here, and went there, and it was cadet night. I didn't know what that was, but that's basically, okay, go back to the play. This could be a long story. Troops out to the left. They've got South in, the good throw. Oh, did
Should
he?
be
Yeah,
enough.
forward
Yeah,
progress.
should
I
be
think he
enough.
got it. Yep. Good job out to the 36.
Yeah, Monfrey knew where the sticks
As
were.
long as they give them, now I like that rule, forward progress.
Sure.
Because sometimes you'll see them get it and then they end up 10 yards behind that. But that was a good first down there and nice play.
Much needed first down.
Yeah, and the other part, too, your offense has to keep your defense off the field a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, this Bronco defense will be pretty tired at halftime. They've been, in spite of the fact that it's been quick drives, they've had to go down the field. Here's the flea flicker.
He's got him down there. Oh, nice catch. That's going to be 6. What a play.
64 yards.
Yeah.
No flags, and boy, did they need that.
What a throw by South into that wind.
Yeah.
Porter deep downfield for another Broncos touchdown.
Well, how about this one? 64 yards on that pass play. That looked like pro stuff right there.
Yeah, that was beautifully executed, and that probably Porter sold that a little bit, acted like it was a running play, and then took off. Little hitch, but beautiful ball by South.
Yeah, hit him right in stride, and he outran everybody else. And the kick looks like it's good, and it is. So nice job by the Nimi Broncos. Cut into that lead a little bit. 29-14 is now your score, and a pretty quick hit on that one. 4 plays. They take it 75 yards, and they took exactly 1 minute and 50 seconds on the time of possession. So there you go. Nicely done by Nimi, and 2:40 to go, 29-14. It is Cisco in the lead. Let's take a quick break and be back. You're watching KSVPTV.com. Go. Yep. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Quick hit. Much needed by Nimi. 64-yard pass play from South to Porter. And nice kickoff here into that wind. Fielded at the 10. And again, good, well defended is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out to the 29.
Tristan Davis out of Hobbs, New Mexico, with the special teams tackle, and he hustles back to the bench and gets congratulations, deservedly so.
His alma mater, if you will, Hobbs, ranked number 7 right now in 6A in New Mexico.
I think they're going to go up, though,
And,
after what happened last night.
Yeah, beating Centennial.
Yeah.
Yep, they'd have to. Centennial of Cruces was 3. And that's who the Wildcats play next Friday night in Clovis, the Hobbs Eagles. So see if Nimi can keep Cisco out of the end zone. Pretty nice start there to that one. Nice pass play out to the 34.
Yeah, keep him in bounds, though, which could be a bit of a factor here as we approach the 2-minute mark. And it looks like Cisco has 2 timeouts left.
The thing I notice even at the junior college level is how quickly they can score.
Nice attempt.
It's like, doesn't matter what's left on the clock, you're kind of watching like, You know, they can do it quick. Either team can do it. I mean, just like Nimi just did.
It just takes one
big shot.
One big hitter, and you know, you only need 1 second on the clock, really.
2:03 left here, 29-14. At least Nimi with that score, you know, has got to make them feel like at the half, if they can keep Cisco from scoring here, that they got a shot at this thing.
Oh, sure. Making it a 2-possession game is huge, and they're going to make a punt here.
Yeah, not going to get. That'll be the second time.
Yeah, Nimi's going to use their last time out, I think, and they should. So tell me about Cadet Night.
Oh, Cadet Night, yeah. Portales basketball, they're playing the Colts, and it's Cadet Night, so there's like 400 cadets there, and Portales had maybe, you know, 50 people, so the Nimi side is packed, and everybody's dressed in, you know, in their uniform. But anyway, Portales is blowing them out, and they put in this kid that is a lineman for their football team for Portales, and he gets in and does over in the corner by the cadets. He does a pullback three. This kid's like 6'4", 270, okay, and he trains it. The cadets go nuts. They're out on the court high-fiving this guy and doing belly skids on the floor, and they just erupted. And that's great. It was for the other guy. Yeah, it was so cool. You know, I've done this a long time, and I've never seen anything like that.
Well, that's great sportsmanship.
It happened right behind us. Yeah, that was cool. So, hey, I got to get the story in.
That's a good story. You love those good sportsmanship stories. You know, so often we see the other side of that tends to get all the attention or go viral or whatever it is. But you know, that's the kind of stuff you like.
That's
to
the
hear.
one that should have gone viral.
That's right.
You know, I think it actually got put up on you. You could probably check it on YouTube and find it. But it was great. And just Cadet Night was cool. I thought, wow. Well, everybody likes to come, and the guy told me, he goes, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. But it makes for such a good atmosphere, and the core usually, you know, they get into the game whether it's, you know, volleyball, basketball, whatever it is.
They enjoy it.
It's such a great facility and atmosphere to watch a sporting event. But yeah, it's better when they make it when they volunteer them to go.
All right, Cisco going to punt for the second time now, so the defense from Nimi has stiffened, and again, one of those punts, he is brave. Did he drop that one? He's down.
Yeah, they're going to say he's down.
Boy, those are some really high kicks. And again, Porter somehow manages it to fair catch it at the 30.
So a minute 51, and the scoreboard still says that Nimi has a timeout. I'm not sure they do. They lost one on the challenge, and I thought they took one earlier, and then they took one just now. So I think the scoreboard's wrong. I think they're out of time.
They're out.
Yeah.
But, you know, still, if, you know, they can work the sidelines a little bit, an opportunity, and how good would that be for Nimi if they could score their last two possessions and make this a one-possession game at the half?
Well, they are capable, but just keep your offense on the field, I think, is the most important thing here.
So we'll see again, like you mentioned, the Cisco defense has had to be out there a little bit more. Man, they're just going home run ball right away and just missing.
Looking for Isaiah Abeta from Las Cruces, and he was going all out and went all out for the catch, but just off the fingertips. Great effort.
And I don't want to sound like a broke record, but again, I think the wind affected that just enough to prevent the catch.
Well, it's now that one's definitely not a drop in my book. You know, he got both hands on it.
No,
it's just fingertips.
Now my rule is you got to have 1 foot or 2 feet on the ground. Okay. If you're airborne and you don't catch it, that's on the quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That's the caveat for that.
and there's a ball that's too high.
If you got to dive, like in baseball, you know, if you got to dive for one to catch it, to me it's not an error.
Not an error, okay. Well, that's I've done some statistics.
Sounds like we're both baseball guys.
Well, yeah, I was going to say I've done the stats for the baseball team last few years, and it's tough. Hit or error, and that's tough. So.
Well, I have a theory. If they got 1 foot on the ground or 2 feet and they miss it, it's an error. If they don't, it's not. And some of those are hard because sometimes when they have 1 foot on the ground, it'd be a brutal catch.
Nice. Overthrown
Yeah,
again.
Miscommunication on that one.
Well, see, and then there's the problem. You go 3 quick ones down the field there. You take about 10 seconds off the clock at the most, and now you got to give it back.
Yeah, they've taken, 14 seconds
Yeah, so
off the clock.
now you give it back to Cisco with 1:37, and they have 2 timeouts. So that,
Yeah, maybe should have tried a run or 2 on that one, huh?
well, maybe.
But again, the score is 29-14, so both teams have had to punt, but yeah, not time of possession that series, not much. And this kick is not going to go much of anywhere. And so, boy, it took a really bad Nimi bounce. And for the 3rd time in this contest, it is going to be Cisco starting on the Nimi side of the field. And this time, Kelly will be the 43-yard line. And like you mentioned, setting this up, plenty of time to score.
Yeah, I think if you miss on 1st down in that situation, you might be better off running a jet sweep or something that if you get yards, great. You can go to the line quickly and try to keep it going. But if you don't, lets the clock run a little bit, because this is a bad situation here to put the defense in.
Yeah, short field, enough time to get up more points. So see what Nimi can do here. A lot of receivers out there in the pattern, twins both ways. We've got number 2 in there right now. There's a safety valve. Skirts out of bounds.
Landon Vessel's turn to throw the football, and he's shown himself to be capable. So I don't think it matters much which quarterback's out there. I don't think you plan any differently if you're the defense.
A lot of times you can walk onto a field or in a gym and you notice a difference, and you don't see that here.
No.
You might question the coach and go, why are you doing that? And you can't do that with these guys.
I've seen no reason not to play both of them. That's very unusual. Boy, that was a tough throw.
That was like underarm.
Yeah,
almost. Looked like a softball pitch. And he got it out there.
Yeah, I thought he was
wasn't much gain on the play.
On the tackle for the Broncos, number 3, David Chichester.
Might have been better off to let that go incomplete.
Yeah, he actually lost a yard on the play. But he didn't get sacked, and he makes up, good defensive play there. I thought that was a catch.
Eduardo Carrillo, I think, knocked it out of his hands after.
So they basically came back, Cisco did, and did the exact same thing that Nimi just did.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Porter is a dangerous return guy, and see if he gets another sky ball here and tries to pin him.
Yeah. Would you try and pin him or just kick it out of the back of the end zone?
I think I kick it out the back, but we'll see.
Nope, they're going to try and pin it. Yeah, he's smart. Just get out of there. Good play. That time, I would have done that if I was him on those other 2.
Yeah. Well, I think they teach you to, if you're in the 10-yard line or outside, the
10
fair catch.
Or, outside, fair catch, 10-yard or in, get out of the way. So Nimi will get the ball back, only 44 seconds. And Kelly, you said you think no timeouts, correct?
For Nimi, yeah. Again, they're showing 1 up there, but I don't believe they have one. I think that's a...
Ball placed at the 20-yard line. And
they'll start at the 20.
Bronco first down.
But, it took them, like I said, you get the right play call and hit on it. You only need 1 second to score.
Yeah, maybe a pass with some yak They're going to chunk it up there. Back shoulder throw and just couldn't manage it.
Yeah, not a bad effort there by South. Give your guy a chance.
Yeah, only your guy's catching that one.
Travion Butler just couldn't contort himself enough to get two hands on it.
I keep seeing that drone up there, and just something about it just freaks me out.
Well, what gets me is how it stays
My
right there.
first instinct is to shoot it. And then you'd go to jail.
Probably not, but you'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's owned by the state of New Mexico Police Department. South runs out of time, gets himself some more time, and he's just going to take off and run, get out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, but a first down.
Yeah, 13-yard run. You know, it seemed like he ran more in the game against Tyler.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's so much by design, by the play calling or not, but
True. Pocket breaking down like, I'm going to run, yeah.
Sometimes it's not by design. And South's pretty decent with his feet. You know, he is a big guy, 6'5", but not a tall guy, I should say. Only about 215, so you don't want him taking too many hits.
No, that's true. Some of those guys out there are big. What do we say, 385,
Yeah.
one guy?
Oh, boy.
Yep, it's going to be a pick. And, picked at the, 41?
Dre Douglas diving and making the interception. So now 26 seconds and a kicker with a leg and the wind behind him. They really probably only need about 10 yards.
Give it a shot
to give him a chance, yeah. So once again, living dangerously, giving Cisco the ball back in your territory, but
well, they're going to start 45. And fourth possession in Nimi territory.
empty set here, so they're going to try to give it a go here with 26 seconds left. Oh, and got a man.
And this is not what they wanted. I think he just scored.
I think he's in, yeah.
Wow. One play, one hit. That's quick. And who was that on the catch?
Oh, I think it's number 13. Anthony Johnson, the tight end. So a little seam play. And boy, like we said, just takes 1 second on the clock to score, and Cisco proves our point.
Yeah, right there on a big hit. 45-yard touchdown pass. And not what Nimi wanted by any stretch of the imagination. Gotten it down to 2 possession game. So here comes the kick, and it's plenty of distance. Looks good, and it is. So Kelly, as you said, quick hit, and we were talking field goal.
Yeah.
They send everybody out, and they get 7 out of the deal.
Well, just a well-executed play, and I'll say poor tackling by the Broncos, and that's what can happen. They lived dangerously the first time. Second time came back to haunt them.
We'll just keep it right here. Only 17 seconds left, so I would think on the kickoff that they'll have, a kickoff in one play maybe? And probably just take a knee, don't risk it.
Well, you don't see that too often. I mean, they usually try to at least do a running play to the outside just in case. But yeah, you don't want to. You want to be safe here and not
If
not
I'm
give
not
it to them again.
mistaken, that's the first turnover of the game. No, there was one other. It was a pick.
Well, we had the fumble on the first punt.
We had
first punt.
Yeah, the fumble. So
The muffed punt. So
first interception of the game.
yeah, but those 2 turnovers have both led to scores for Cisco. So that's
They
basically a
cashed them
difference in the
both
ball game.
Yep. So they'll kick it off. 17 seconds left here.
Expect him to go deep. He might squib it, but no.
No,
Go deep.
he's going deep, and that's going to be about 5 yards deep. Kid's got a good foot. With that said, he's hobbling. That one may have hurt. So 17 seconds. We'll see. Kelly seems to know his stuff today. So I'm going to anticipate a run to the outside.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how good a prognosticator I am, but they might just down it. You never know. They with just one timeout. Well, there's 2 timeouts on the Cisco side.
You wouldn't think Cisco would try and get the ball. Yeah, no way. There's
Probably
enough
not, but
yeah. We'll
like
see.
you say, you never know.
You never know.
Run it
There's a
inside.
run right up the middle. That should end it unless Cisco stops it, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't think that Nimi would stop it if they have that one timeout.
Yeah, they're going to let it go, so that'll take us to the half. And Cisco, they've had a good half. Nimi trying to hang in there, but they trail 36-14. We're at the half. And you're watching KSVPTV.com. We will be back.
As we head into halftime, we'd like to give a big shout out and a big thank you to the active members of our armed forces or any retired members. Would you stand and wave at the call? We'd like to acknowledge you. That goes for our visitors. And the active and retired service people, we thank you for your service. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take a break. Come up. wanted to say more, but I'm like, don't want to. Go ahead, because they can see. Well, yeah, but even though we're live streaming it, like for our daughter kids, Kelly and Art, they know what to do dead air. But Chris is sometimes, they just zone out on the game, and it's just quiet. And I'm like, I had my dad. We're on like the second drive. He had Mark. Get off. Get got in the game. And completely zoned out. Sometimes you forget you're not an observer, you're an actual participant. Chris is they're winning. Right. We got rough rats. All three of them are doing well. Where's the restroom? Is it way off? It's right here. It's right here. It's a nice area. Oh, right there. Something I need to be doing different, let me know. This is a little bit different gig than what I'm used to.
No complaints.
Well, I don't mind if you have some. It will not offend me.
Hell, that's good to hear. Not everybody's like that.
Most people are not. Almost like you're more like a TV announcer than you are radio.
Yeah, it's different. In the radio, you gotta describe all the action, and for us, we prefer them like this. You don't have to say absolutely everything that goes on.
Yeah, they can watch and see.
They can see it. Yeah. But our usual football broadcast is a simulcast.
Right. mosey on down there, be all right.
Chili. The referees told us to get off the field because the game was getting ready to start. Well, we didn't have to kick it over anybody. Dead shot. We were still fine. We started on the 10, moved back to the 15, and the 20. Good with the teams that beat Cisco.
Well, we did a game early in the season against the number one team in the country. Hutchinson. And yes.
How many JUCO kids think go to
Quite a few.
10% maybe?
Yeah, I don't, maybe. But some of them,
You think you had to start watching them when you were in the first year, or they typically almost 2 years?
I would think anytime. Just because if you're there to, if you're scouting, you're going to see somebody. It's not going to matter whether
You
they're
do a
a
good
freshman
job.
or
I
sophomore.
really have no idea why Dean calls me.
He likes you.
He must.
He wanted 2 people on this. He doesn't like us to have to go solo on the college game.
Oh. Well, I didn't say anything that's not true.
No, look, nobody said anything inappropriate.
Can you hear it?
I hear stuff.
Have to get together and remember that could be this time.
Yeah, I know.
Lois used to have a semi-pro team. Oh, yeah, you guys can get paid, but they have to they have to buy their own uniforms.
Hope you didn't say that you guys didn't have any dirty jokes.
Not yet. The kicking game was the part that was almost hilarious. He tried field goal and extra points one time. The kicker hit the center right in the gut. I mean, just a dart.
Walk in, it's all good to go.
You guys get good break?
Somebody else just Army, that's me.
Second half. You guys are doing a great job. You too. Stop it.
Receiving the second half kickoff. Deep for the Broncos will make the 11. Jeremiah Porter. Number 6, Isaiah Baker.
All right, can we say good afternoon now?
We
Is
can.
1 o'clock count? Almost 1 o'clock?
I think it counts.
All right, Dwayne Chase along with Kelly McDonald, producer Doug Hazel, and he's got camera folks. Welcome to KSVPTV.com, and second half is underway, and for Nimi, they're going to get the wind at their back in the last quarter, aren't they?
In the last quarter they will, but they'll have to deal with it here in the third quarter. So hopefully they don't get into any kind of kicking situations other than perhaps extra points, because that breeze is a factor.
Kind of one thing that kind of jumps out at me, Kelly, is, you know, people say stats don't matter, but they do always seem to tell a story. And if I had to recap the first half, I would have to say quick strike, short field for Cisco, long sustained drives with the exception of that bomb for Nimi, and the defense for Cisco has gotten Nimi off the field a little more than the other way around.
Right, especially right in the middle. You know, Nimi got an early score and then a late score, but look at South as a runner, and the ball is out.
I think he got stripped, and that's a shame because that was a fabulous run out to the 44.
And I'll tell you what, turnovers have definitely cost the Broncos today, leading directly to 2 scores for Cisco in the first half. And unfortunately, Cisco's going to have the ball on the Broncos side of the field once again, and that's 3 or 4 times they've started drives.
It'll be the 5th.
Well,
Not to be, you know, contradictive.
Yeah. No,
I'm keeping the stats here, and this is the 5th series they'll start on the Nimi side of the field.
And that's hard to overcome.
Yeah, that's very tough. Short field makes it hard. And last time they capitalized off of, they had a blocked field goal that they capitalized on. That didn't even go as a turnover, correct?
No.
So they had that play as well.
So the Wranglers are starting with Cutter Stewart. Once again, they are a true 2-quarterback system, so it will be Stewart and then Landon Vessel, probably trading off drives.
You know, it's kind of interesting how windy it seems to be down on the field, yet you look at the flag and it's barely moving.
Yeah.
But I think there's more wind down there.
Well, and I was down in the stands during halftime for a little bit, and it didn't seem overly windy down there. But
wow,
well, you see the ball in the air, whether it's a long pass
you
or
can
or
pick
a
up
kick.
on it. Yeah,
it's definitely a factor.
But what a beautiful day in Roswell. Nice city. I always enjoy coming here. Long city. What does it take, 20 minutes to get north to south, maybe?
North to south, it's a little longer than east to west, but yeah.
I tell you what, these quarterbacks are hitting these guys right in stride.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first half. These 2 quarterbacks are both just really solid, in my opinion.
As you mentioned, not much drop-off when you see one or the other. And Cisco with a nice drive already here. But again, if they were to cash this one in, and obviously in field goal range now, that would be the 3 turnovers, fumble and 2 interceptions, and they would have cashed in on all 3.
You know, and I think the block kick, when it gets returned,
is that considered a turnover?
That's a turnover too.
So that would be 4.
So that's where you can just really tell. you know, those turnovers have definitely, well, in my opinion, the difference in the game. I mean, it's probably a one-score game otherwise, and it's hard to overcome at any level, but the higher you go,
Yeah,
harder
the
it is to
competition is, you know, you don't have 2 or 3 guys on a team that kind of run things. You've got 15 or 20.
yeah, that's just.
Of course, you still have your, you know, your guys like Porter and all that are just kind of a notch above the rest. But any player that's out there at any time, you know, can do something with it. Now, you gave me an interesting stat. I was just asking. You feel like probably somewhere around the neighborhood, 10% or so of the kids that play JUCO go on and get into a Division I or a Division II school.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty accurate number, and so you do sometimes see talent, and you know these programs do send players to the NFL.
That's a live ball.
That should be a
That's
live
a live
ball.
ball. They should go get it. They didn't.
Boy, they were fortunate.
Yeah, that was a backwards pass.
Yeah, that was definitely a lateral. And
I think the corner out on the end realized it, but it was too late to get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the coach, I'm not sure, I wouldn't call a timeout and go, hey, don't do that.
Yeah. And that's, I believe that's a rushing statistic for the quarterback. You know, he pitched it out of bounds, so
He did.
that's got to be negative yardage for him.
Right.
You can tell two stat guys talking about all this stuff nobody cares about.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. 12:02 left here in the third, and Cisco intercepted the first offensive play for Nimi, and this one kind of waited for number 81 to come open, but not able to connect Coleman.
Yeah, and Shamar Berryhill did a great job there, just kind of slowing up that route and making it hard for him to get to the spot, and threw off the timing.
You know, I don't think the average person that watches football understands that how much of the passes are timing patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that one, wow. That's my guy's going to jump higher than your guy, and he did.
Well, and Anthony Audette with great coverage there. I mean, he's right there in his uniform with him. But, you know, sometimes you just lose the jump ball, and that's what happened to Anthony Audette on that one. He's only listed him at 5'10", 170, and the other guy just had a little size on him, used it. Caden Wright, he's 6'4",
and the quarterback, that was almost the equivalent of like a back shoulder throw. Mm-hmm. Got it out there, so Cisco cashes in again off the turnover, and this kick is good. I've noticed their kicker kind of hobbling a little bit. I don't know if it's his kicking foot or his other foot, but
yeah,
he kind of gimps around a little bit.
A little hitch there.
43-14 is your score, and just under 12 minutes here in the third. You are watching KSVPTV.com. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. We're in the third quarter here. JUCO, NJCAA, correct?
NMJCAA.
NMJCAA. Yep, that J jacks me up. Kickoff is going to come down. Porter's going to have an opportunity at the 3. And a huge block down here the fans enjoyed. Out to the 27.
Yeah, that's Jesus Carrillo from Canutillo, Texas. That was a nice block by the linebacker.
If it were
there.
Jeff Saturday, he might be on ESPN with a, what do they call it, a pancake?
Yeah.
26-yard line. That's going to be good for another Broncos.
Yeah, Saturday was good. He's doing a good job as a broadcaster also.
He does it.
My wife likes
job.
him a lot. He's cute, she says.
Jeff said it.
All right, 12 minutes to go. Nimi now finds themselves in a pretty big hole, 43-14. And South's going to run it. And
I'm not sure that play didn't go the way it was supposed to.
I don't think so. It looked like a busted play. And just my opinion, South seemed a little tentative, if you will, because he popped off that nice run a while ago, and then right before he went down, got it stripped.
Yeah, I don't think that was an organized run there.
So 2nd down and 7, we'll call it, for Nimi, the Broncos. And Cisco's got a pretty good team. Nice tackle breaking. Got through 2, but not the 3rd, but he'll get 5. And nice run by Donahoe.
And he'll just be about a yard short, but that 3rd and 1, much more manageable than where it would have been if he hadn't broken those 2 tackles.
You know, and again, even here in the second half already, the quick strike of Cisco against the long sustained type offense that Nimi's running is part of what's kind of creating. Cisco's just scoring so quickly that they've just extended this thing out.
Yeah, and it keeps the opposing defense on the field. That's going to be close.
I don't think he got it. See where the spot
Yeah,
is.
it'll 100% depend on the spot. It looks like
Forward progress
Yeah.
is the only hope.
I think he's got it though. If they start, yeah.
Yeah, line judge coming out to the 40. Boy, it's right on the 41. I think he's got it though.
Yep, they're telling him to go. First
Yep.
down.
Not by much though.
No, just barely got to it. And again, South's a tall quarterback, but not a big quarterback. I mean, he's list him at 212, and when you're 6'5", 212 is kind of lean.
Yep. Yeah, because he and I have a commonality. I'm a little heavier than he is. I'm just not 6'5".
Not quite 6'5".
just about 5 inches short of that. Otherwise, I'd be perfect.
That's right.
All right, South back in the shotgun. Good job, though, getting the 1st down. He's going to run again, and boy, those holes just close really quick, don't they?
They do, and that looked more like it was by design. Actually, the other one that didn't was more successful. But I'm not sure you have the luxury to be running the ball just too much here. Like you said, they need more of the quicker drives that Cisco has if they're going to get back in this ball game.
Does it seem, and again, I may be just seeing things, but does it feel like that South's trying to run a little more in the second half?
Yeah, which is surprising to me.
Because I thought he did a lot of that.
Last week.
Yeah, against Tyler. Yeah, see, he's keeping it again, and they're just ready for him. No gain on the play.
Yeah, even a loss perhaps of 1, and
we'll be a loss of 1, so a long 3rd and 9 here. And they're not in what you would call safe 4-down territory.
Well, no, except for the fact that they're down.
Yeah, the scoreboard maybe changed that. You're right.
So 4 scores, and I mean, if you really are planning to come back and win, then you've got to be in 4-down territory here. But if you're
because how many scores is that?
That's 4
or 5?
Just 4.
4. Okay. That's still a lot, though. Oh, good catch. That was kind of like having alligator arms and catching it.
Yeah, that did look funny. But Monfrey able to reel it in right at midfield.
Looks like he put his arms out like if your elbows are on your side, but then still caught it.
Yeah.
And he was in a lot of traffic.
He was, but he let it get all the way into his body, and that was actually a lot tougher catch than he made it look like.
Yeah. But a 1st down out to midfield, so nice drive going here. Started at the 27. 5th play of the drive coming up. There they're going home run ball. And that one is a great catch, but again, pinned himself. Well, not himself. It was just the throw was a little bit too far out of bounds.
Well, and I tell you what, there's a lot of pushing and shoving there. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a flag come out.
No, not at all, unless they call it uncatchable.
Yeah, or they say that it's the pushing is equal.
Yeah.
That both guys are doing it.
Yeah, what do they call that? Hand fighting?
Right, hand fighting.
Kind of like in grade school where you're slapping each other. They got in a fight. It's not a fight. All right, South going to hand it off this time. Donahoe, he just doesn't have anywhere to go. Forward progress. He won't lose anything. But again, another third. Now, again, I think here, even at midfield, you're probably 4 down territory. Well, with the scoreboard where it's at.
Sure. I mean, if you are truly playing to catch up, you really, unless you're backed way up, long down in distance, I think you're in 4 down territory here, at least until you score once.
So now, does JUCO work the same as like Division II as far as your playoffs go? Do you know how that is set up?
Well, I don't know how Division II's playoffs are set up. JUCO they have basically a tournament at the end of the year. So,
is it like one loss and out, like high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think D2 same way. Your conference leaders get in.
Right.
And anyway, I've enjoyed doing these games, though it's been different for me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different beast than what we normally do, but it is enjoyable. And you see, some bigger athletes. You see some usually better athletes, obviously. You see them.
Well, you probably saw Diego, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen some pretty good ones.
Of course, one that went to Nimi we'll talk about with a timeout. Let's go ahead and take this timeout break. 5:50 to go in the third. Boy, this one is blowing by. 43 for Cisco and for Nimi 14. You're watching KSVPTV.com. We will be back.
Bust them up, 99!
Welcome back. Nimi decides to punt it away, and this one into the wind that is out there that you can't seem to see. But right there, Kelly, a good example. A little bit off the side of his foot and just didn't bite into the wind.
You're into the wind. You got yourself 20 yards of field position there, and you're down 4 scores. I mean, you've got to go for 4th and 6 there. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, because your net gain on the field is not much.
Yeah.
But it is strange. The flag's not moving. We don't feel a lot of breeze up here, but down on the field you can see what it's doing to the ball.
Yeah, it really is. And, of course, that was not a strong punt.
No, he kind of hit it off the side of his foot, so
it gets exaggerated with any breeze, but
kind of like a golf ball. If you miss it a little bit, it's like, oh, geez, that wasn't good. There was a kind of a Patrick Mahomes type attempt there.
Well, yeah, I think what he was doing there is just throwing that out of bounds so he didn't get the sack yardage. I think that was a pretty smart play.
Actually, it was, yeah. He didn't get a loss. He pads his stats a little bit, and he didn't throw it to the wrong team.
Well, actually, that hurts his passing stats there, but
he's
taking it for the team there. I love that.
So, I enjoy visiting with you. What's if you throw a pass and it's caught by the other team, that's a completion, right?
No, afraid not. I mean, technically,
Somebody caught it.
yeah, it was completed, I
You
guess.
just want it to be your guy.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then Peyton Manning's first season would have been stellar.
It'd be- Good point.
Throw 28 interceptions.
All right, third down here. Oh, easily done.
Oh, look
Watch out. Yep. One man to catch him, and he isn't going to do it. Wow. Another huge hit.
Chris Abram, we haven't said his name at all. He's a backup running back, and boy, little speed for a guy that listed 5'9" and 200.
Yeah, once he hit, what, the 40?
Yeah.
It was over.
Once he got into the secondary, it was all over, and
62-yard run on this one. And that was number 22, correct?
it was.
Abram, yeah. Yeah, see, that's more my size. 5'9", 200. I like that. Believe it or not, I used to be fast.
And you got that kind of speed, too.
Used to. Now I run
Good. Another one wide right. That's,
I run a 4.920.
oh, boy.
Oh boy, this one getting out of hand. 49-0 now is their score. So they missed the PAT then, right?
Yeah, pushed another one wide right, but it's 49-14 now. You don't want to get people mad at you.
Right. Now in JUCO, do they have a running clock or a mercy rule? Nothing like that. So
Nothing
it's
like
like
that.
Texas.
Well, and, if you look at some of the early games for the Broncos this year, they beat Community Christian College 86-12 in their first game, and then lost to number 1 Hutchinson 76-8. So
Okay.
yeah, there's
If
no
I would've
running
checked
clock,
those scores, no running
and
clock, no mercy rule.
No mercy rule. No.
We know Texas high schools that way, except for 8-man.
Yeah, and that's
They have no, and they should.
they definitely
Because
should.
you check the scoreboards out of Amarillo TV and Lubbock, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Some of
that's
those
not-
scores, kind of like what you just gave.
Yeah, that's just not good for anybody.
It doesn't do, yeah, it just normally ends up getting somebody hurt.
Yeah.
But 4:39 to go here in this one, and it is all Cisco. They're pulling away.
They are, and a lot of times we keep talking about these two quarterbacks. A lot of times you see a backup go in, and they'd really have to go to third string here
Yeah.
if they wanted to, because they use the other two interchangeably.
Kick is taken by Porter. Runs into his own guy, kind of. He's trying to get out of the way, though. Good effort for him, but out to the 24. And again, as I look at my stat sheet, for the most part, Nimi has started every single drive somewhere around the 20, 25, right in there. And as we mentioned earlier, for Cisco, they've had 5 drives start on the Nimi side of the field.
Yeah, and those are just some of the things that are just almost impossible to overcome. I mean, when those things happen between that and the turnovers, I mean, you just are not going to be competitive if those things happen to you.
And when you kick into this wind, if you don't get the first down, it seems like, well, Nimi finished the first half into the wind, correct? And
well,
then they're
same as
going
this, yeah.
into the wind in the third.
Well, no, it's the same in the
was-
second and third. They switch after the first and the third, so they'll have the wind when we go to the fourth quarter, but it's going
Weren't
to be
they
too
into
late
the
by
wind
then.
in the second quarter, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, second and third.
And third.
They had it
So
in the
basically
first.
half of the game they're going into the wind.
Right.
And they've had a hard time getting first downs. So because of that, they're kicking into the wind. They haven't been able to really flip the field
No, they haven't.
with the kicking game anyway.
Right.
99, Japheth Lukadai.
So 2nd and 11 here. Yeah, and I tell you, Cisco just, I need to look, but I don't know. They put 9 in the box.
8 or 9. And again, I don't understand why we're running the ball so much, but I'm not the play caller.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, it seems like, and I don't know if the junior college level it's worse, but it feels like they either run or go home run ball.
Yeah,
You know, and
not much intermediate.
Doesn't seem to be much in between. Am I seeing that right?
No, this game at least, you're right on the money.
Of course, that one pays off as soon as I say that.
Yeah, there's a little intermediate shot there.
Yep.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. Yep. But you got to have some of that. You know, part of the key to it is keeping the other team off balance to where, you know, they just don't really know what you're going to do.
Right. Monfrey with a good catch there. He was shaken up a little bit, and, yeah, they are going to sub him out.
Yeah. He's had a pretty good game today on an individual level.
And I'll tell you what, you see a lot of is injuries at this level, and we have not seen that at all in this game. You know, knock on wood, we just haven't seen it. That's a good thing. That's a drop.
Yep. There's my baseball, football analogy.
Travion Butler, you know, a perfect ball from South. I mean, just right where it needs to be.
I always get tickled, though, like on this one, typically you might see a defensive guy shake his head no or do his finger, you know, where he wiggles it.
And
I'm going, you didn't do nothing. The guy dropped it.
Nothing, right. Don't throw here. The only exception is maybe when they hear footsteps, you know, and they might short arm it a little bit.
The other way,
almost,
maybe, yeah.
Almost never.
Yeah, that's a good run here. Nicely done.
It's Muniz, I believe it is.
Yep. Think he got the first down. Out to the 50.
With the big run around the right side for the Broncos, kicking the ball to midfield, and that's going to be good for another Bronco first down.
All right. But again, this is the 8th play of the drive coming up.
Wow.
For Nimi.
Just to midfield.
And to midfield, yeah. And so when you're down that much, I mean, maybe good for your ego or whatever to get some more points, obviously. But it just, you just don't have that much time.
Well, yeah. And
even though you have 15 minutes instead of 12.
But you're kind of conceding it at this point. I think when they didn't go for it on that first down, middle of the third quarter, they basically said, look, we lost this one. You know, let's just get it over with.
Yeah, see, here's the play that I haven't gotten used to yet.
The free play?
When they jump, yeah. When they jump in high school and they throw it, it's dead.
Yeah.
And these guys know to go ahead and give it a shot because they know they got a free shot at it. So kind of a difference there. What do we got going on? Here we go.
Tell us.
Offside. Defense. Number 31. The penalty is declined. So the play is the first down.
Yeah, good job by South there, realizing that, obviously.
Yeah,
You know, the other thing a lot of these quarterbacks I've noticed at every level have gotten really good at doing when a defense blitzes, throwing to wherever the guy came from. You know, they pick it up, they see him coming, they're like, okay, there's space there that wouldn't have been there if this guy would have stayed home.
Right, somebody should be open in that area.
Here they go, home run ball
Got him
again.
if it's on the...
Yep, he's got him. Very nice. Wow. That's just throwing to a spot, and my guy outran your guy. Nice job.
Jeremiah Porter showing the versatility in a beautiful ball from South. And unfortunately, probably a little too late, but never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, nice 40-yard touchdown. That's the second big hookup they've had. It was him last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the second. 4:51 to go. So those two passes put them at 100 yards, just those two. One was 64 and that one was 40. The kick is good.
Jack Nelson with the point after touchdown there. He's done a good job, but yeah, still down 4 scores. But it's nice to get on the board again and get some positives working there.
Nothing else for self-esteem. So
Sure.
106 to go here in the third, 49-21. 40-yard touchdown, 7 plays for Nimi. You're watching KSVPTV.com. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. 1 minute, 6 seconds left.
There's the
Dwayne Chase
onside.
along with Kelly and McDonald. Yep, onside kick. Unlike the pros, I like this style, but I don't believe they quite got it.
Outside kick down by the Wranglers at the Broncos.
You know, the new kickoff rules in the NFL have made every aspect of kickoffs
Out on the
better
field for an injury.
except onside kicks. And it's basically eliminated onside kicks.
Yeah, it pretty much has.
That's my only gripe with it.
So
Everything else
you
is
like
better.
it otherwise?
Well, sure, because there's more run backs, there's less injuries. I mean, it achieves everything they wanted it to achieve, but the downside is it's pretty much taken onside kicks out of the game, and that part I don't like.
Now you have to designate an onside kick.
You
now,
can,
right?
you can, right? You can still onside kick, but you have to designate so they know. You know, the surprise onside kick is absolutely gone.
Gone, yep.
Just no chance, and to me that was one of the more exciting plays in football was the surprise onside. But
See, I think
do like
the
everything else
NFL
about
is just a step away from going to flag.
Well, if you're talking about the calls they make on the quarterbacks every week that looked at him funny and they call a 15-yard penalty.
Illegal chest bump.
Yeah, that's just silly.
All right, Cisco back with it. Thought about going running.
Big man.
Big sack. Wow.
That's Paella. And he's a pretty good sized dude, 6'4", 337.
Yeah, he got home on that one. Yeah, he is big. It's a big kid.
Big Kiwi. They recruit heavily in Polynesia.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Lots of guys from American Samoa and New
You
Zealand.
know, a lot
Australia.
of players across all of American football come from there.
Yeah, a lot of linemen.
Yeah, typically. Out to the 43, but big sack. There was a loss of, 14 on that?
Yeah, a huge sack because they had
Part of it, he tried to spin out and he
Right.
spun right into the tackle.
right into the guy.
Timeout is taken, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, it will be 49-21. Cisco, the Wranglers, over the Nimi Broncos. And you are watching KSVPTV.com. We will be back for the fourth quarter in moments. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. 15 minutes on the clock in the final quarter here, 49-21. Cisco with the ball, pocket breaks down, and second sack. And how about that?
Yeah, Landon Vessel doing everything he can, but just cannot get away.
And part of that, I would call that, I think you'd agree, Kelly, probably a coverage sack.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just had nowhere to go with the ball.
Right. You know, if somebody's open, he's sure not gonna blow that opportunity. But yeah, that's just great defense, both sides.
And the smart thing to do is to take the sack.
Oh yeah.
Or, maybe get rid of the ball at that point, but quarterback's instinct is to not get rid of the ball. They always think they're going to get out of it. So good job. 2 sacks. Yeah, see, there's that win, non-wind again.
I was gonna say Porter is way too far back if he's gonna field that, but again, he's probably not. He probably knows he's not gonna get to field it just because of, like you said, the wind.
Yeah, they probably
Which is
don't
picking up
want
here.
him. Don't want him fielding it, and now you can kind of hear it
Yeah, it's getting
coming into the mic. maybe change directions a little bit.
Well, I think it just picked up a bit. I think
Yeah,
it's
because now the flag, you can see the flag kind of moving.
I think it's still kind of pretty much just a south wind, but
And that's going to be good for another Broncos.
Typically, the wind seems to come out of the west in Clovis. So what is it here in Roswell?
west or the south.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is
kind of
a little unusual, maybe?
Yeah,
Or south is normal?
yeah, south's pretty normal for us.
All right, Nimi down 49-21, 14 minutes left. Going to have to go aerial, and they do it. A lot of contact, but again,
Yeah,
it's just such a timing pattern.
I think Porter was pushing off more than the defender was
I think
there.
he was too. I was kind of watching for maybe offensive pass interference.
Yeah, if anything, I think that's what they would have called, but
They're kind of letting them play a little bit, though.
Yeah,
and maybe
and it
the
wasn't a
score
lot.
probably has something to do with that.
yeah, it wasn't a lot.
You know, the officials last week were all from California.
Oh yeah, they do a good job at this level. I mean, I rarely see a poorly officiated game at this level.
South again, back to the air. A lot of time. Not quite a first down, out to the 47.
It's Monfrey again. He's had a decent game.
Gain of 7.
Round of reception for the Broncos, gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, he's not the one that went out kind of injured or stinger kind of thing, was he, a while ago?
No, I don't think so.
It was Munez, maybe?
Oh, Munez, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. So the upside, if anything, Kelly, is that Nimi has the wind at their back. Now they're going to, obviously you got to go here. They get 1 yard on a 3rd and 2, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Actually, they're not even going to give him a yard. I'm going to say he was down, so no gain on the play. But it will be 4th and 2, and obviously down by 28 points, you're going to have to go for it here. What do you think they call?
Well, I like to roll out in these situations, especially if you got a quarterback who does run a little bit. So that's what I'd like to see. But you also got a bruising running back, so they may just hand it to him. No, they're going to roll out. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's going to be to no man's land.
Yeah.
So it'll be over on downs.
And unfortunately, it was just the line didn't give Jake
Yeah,
South
it
much
broke
of a
down
chance.
pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah, didn't give him much of a chance. And the guy chasing him matched his speed. Just not much he could do.
So see, this will be the 7th time in the game that Cisco started on Nimi's side of the field.
And which means they're probably lucky to be only down 4 scores.
Yeah, that's
When
very
you
true.
have that with the turnovers.
Yeah, with the no mercy rule thing.
It's tough.
Think they may go pedestrian here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Just keep the clock rolling.
Gain of 7 on the play. Yeah, that's the other part. Like I said, we've seen some series here. They'll have an injury, so we'll take a little break. 12:17 to go in the 4th, 49-21. Cisco in the lead over Nimi. We will be back. You're listening to KSVPTV.com. All right, welcome back. Player able to get off the field. We always like to see that. Part of it, 4th quarter, Kelly, some of them just kind of exhausted.
Well, the Bronco defense has to be pretty tired at this point. I mean, they've been on the field a ton. Oh, and they caught them transitioning there. That's why I don't like that. I don't like that little stunt that some teams do where they shift the defensive line, because if you snap it mid-shift,
Yeah,
and
they're headed the wrong way.
yeah, and they're not set, and they can get, just rolled over by that offensive line.
Has a gain of 8 on that carry, and a first down for Cisco. I just realized they don't huddle.
They
Just
have
look-
not huddled all day.
Just look to the side.
That's correct.
I just picked up on that.
That's become more common.
Same exact play, you think?
Yeah, similar at least.
Maybe off left guard instead of right guard, but that'd be about the only difference, I would say.
Equal success for
Down
sure.
to down to the 17, so that one is good for 16 yards.
And that was Chris Abram who ran off that 60-plus yard touchdown. Cutter Stewart,
Yeah, he's the one we hadn't mentioned his name all day, right?
yeah, and then
Now we're talking about him all the time.
it
Probably
was,
some backup players in, if you will.
well, and Rockwell was hurt, so
Oh, true.
they're going to the backup running back anyway. Because Rockwell carries the ball, I would say, 80% of the time for them. So let's see, 60 rushes coming into the game. Next closest was Vessel, the quarterback. And next closest running back was not this guy either, someone named Kyler Kirkland, who we have not called his name.
Okay.
In fact, Chris Abram, coming into this game, only had 3 rushes on the season.
Wow.
And he had
And
that
we're
60-yard
in the,
touchdown.
What, 5th game of the season
Yeah.
for Cisco?
Yeah, so that was a big day for him.
10 minutes left in this one, 49-12. Cisco on the move again. They started at the Nimi 48. I'm going to go end zone. That looks deep, but it's not. Wow. I thought he looked like he overthrew that one, but he did not.
Yeah, it held up a little bit. Perfect ball right to the corner. And it makes the score 55-21, pending the extra point attempt. Goes back to a 5-score game.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing these scores this high with, well, of course, they're 15-minute quarters instead of 12 that I'm used to in high school, but, man, these guys can score quick. And that was a 6-play drive. But again, the short field, Kelly starting on the Nimi 48.
Up and good.
All right, exactly 10:01 to go, and Cisco tacks on some more. 56-21, they lead. You are watching KSVPTV.com. We'll be back.
Well, it's a shootout. It's only one team shooting.
Yeah, only one team's got a gun. Somebody got a knife and somebody got a gun. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl in Roswell, near the campus of New Mexico Military Institute. Stop off for one Roger Staubach.
Yeah, didn't play here, I don't believe. Well, he might have. The Wool Bowl might have been built. When
Oh, at
Roger
the
was
Wool
here.
Bowl, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he played at Nimi, but
Yeah, just
I'm
not
trying to
sure at the
think.
Wool Bowl.
yeah, he might have played just
That'd
over
be
on
an
campus.
interesting thing to find out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have thought of that. Nice return, best return of the day, really, for the Broncos. Bring it out to the 44. It's where they'll start. And exactly 9:54 left in this one. And you know, it's just been a gradual pull away by Cisco.
Yeah, it's been pretty
They've been
steady.
very consistent.
Yeah, the offense has scored on most of their drives. I think, what were we seeing, 2 punts, 3 punts from them? And
3 punts, and I think that's it. So they have been pretty proficient.
I mean, you get 56 points, you got to score on pretty much all your drives.
And again, Nimi going right back to South with a run.
Yeah, at this point, Nimi's just working on stuff.
Right.
The game, the outcome is really not in question at this point. 5 scores in the fourth quarter. So wouldn't be surprised also as you see South kind of limping back to the huddle if we might see Wyatt Gomez here. Or
Right.
possibly even the third quarterback from Roswell High School, Jacob Palomino.
Oh, okay. Who you've probably talked about already.
I've talked a lot about that kid, yeah.
That'd be kind of nice. I mean, with the game, not in question, maybe see that young man. And again, is this a new back, or is that 22 again?
Yeah, I think it's Muniz, but I'm not.
Yep, it is. Thought maybe for a minute.
Some tough yards up the middle, taking the ball into Rango
Yeah,
territory. Down at the 47-yard
it's kind of unusual. You've got
first down. That's going to bring up a third down and
your
short.
2 lead backs for Nimi are very similar in the style of play they have, kind of like the 2 quarterbacks for Cisco. Just very similar.
Yeah, when you look at them, if you
Similar
can't see
things.
their numbers, it's kind of hard to tell which one's which.
That's right. A little counter play here.
Yeah, Cisco ready for that one. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised because you mentioned South. He has just a little bit of a gimp that they would,
Magee's over the right side.
leave him in there.
That'll bring up a fourth down and short.
Okay, big fourth down here. Well,
Yeah, I don't know how big.
I'm trying to be like the guys on TV, when it's a game like this and they're going, that was unbelievable, a catch and a run of 8 yards.
Right.
Now it's 4th and 12. And you're listening like, that was exciting?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Oh boy.
Yeah, not going to get it.
Yeah, not even the second effort. That's going to be turnover on downs. But they will start in their own territory.
They
For a-
will,
for a
barely.
change.
They've got, 5 yards to go?
Yeah, if that.
Something like that. Clock at 7:42.
Down. Ball placed out the 47-yard
Clock
line.
will stop on the turnover.
At
however.
what point do you think the players know the game's over in relation to how the coaches view it?
Well, I mean, that probably varies from player to player. That I would think you would want your players to think that it's never over,
Right.
until the last gun, and that's the kind of mentality you want. But in a situation like this, what I always worry about is, you just always hate to see people get hurt, but when you're just playing it out here, it's
You
just,
sure don't want to see that. no.
yeah. Ooh, big
Oh,
high
good
snap.
job. New quarterback, too, 17. And he spears it, and
Wow.
he's like, hey, I want to play, too. And that is number 17,
I'll let you say that.
Minji? Minjai. That's how I'd say it.
All right, Lior Menjai.
Leor Minjai.
17.
Minjai. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Boy,
Side.
good job spearing the snap, huh?
Yeah, that was a very high snap, and they only list him at 5'10", so he's not a Jake South type quarterback. So he had to go up and get it, but boy, did he turn nothing into something there.
Yeah, took off and ran with it. Let me see, down to the 30, 23-yard run. Good start to get in the game. Kind of curious if we'll see the non-starters. And he's going to put one up, and that one a little too far. What's the proper word? Some people get offended if you say, the second string or,
I mean,
but you know what I'm saying? Do you just
yeah.
say non-starters?
I'm not a big fan of saying non-starter. I say backups. I say second string.
Just don't say scrubs.
And no. High school, sometimes when I'm calling the games, I'll say that, the JV defense is out there now.
Right,
So,
right.
which is often the case in those situations. But no, I don't think, as long as you don't say scrubs. yeah.
Right, don't say scrubs. And we're not saying that.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we're just
Another
saying-
high snap.
Yeah, and another quarterback.
Yeah, that's they're going back to Stewart. So they only gave Menjai or Menji He's coming back
When
in.
you get 2 plays, yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to get some
That's
more now.
interesting. What was that all about?
Well, maybe just to talk to him, maybe just to say,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I want you to do on this.
Yeah, good point.
So,
Yeah, just get him over there and visit with him a little bit.
that what good coaches do is they take advantage of whatever the situation is to make it a teaching moment, a coachable
Well,
moment.
one thing I always liked about coaching football more than baseball was the parents couldn't hear you in football.
Yeah.
In baseball, they're like right there. What did he say to my kid?
Right.
And in football, as long as your body language is good and you put your hand on their shoulder,
I tell you what, though,
and you're like,
if you want to keep people from hearing it, it's much easier in football. But I also know a lot of football coaches who, I can
gotten
hear
in
Coach
trouble.
Lynn. Well, no, I can hear Coach Lynn up here in the booth when he's on the sideline.
Oh,
here. So
true.
I mean, it's
yeah, they don't care.
it's whether or not you want to be heard, right?
Right. Let's say you choose not to be heard. And football's a little bit
much
easier. Youth football, I should say.
Yeah, baseball. You got to be pretty discreet if you don't want mom and dad to hear.
Yeah, they're right there. And that's at all levels, right?
And they're listening.
Listen, 5:22 left in this one in the fourth. 56-21 is your score. Cisco are the Wranglers, and they've been quite impressive today.
They have. Both sides of the ball, they've been impressive. And we're trying to mark off penalty here, but we're having a little difficulty.
Delay a game. Offense, number 39. The penalties decline. 4th down.
No, okay. 4th and 11. So you gonna try a field goal? Be a 60-yarder, 50-yarder.
Why do you
Okay.
decline?
No, they're gonna punt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want the ball back.
Yeah, I thought they were kicking a field goal. So
Yeah,
why,
I did too.
Why do you
They-
decline?
Well, they're tying the guy's shoe, and he's set up exactly at the right place. So, but they are going to punt. Oh, and this isn't going to net much. Oh gosh, oh goodness, this one they may. Yeah, they're going to lose. What, 9 yards on the punt?
Let's see. Yeah, that's
Because they were punting from the 33.
That's a -9.
-9 on the punt. Got it up into that wind, and
But it was the bounce that did it.
the bounce, yeah. Well, you know what, though? If it hadn't bounced like it did, he may have netted, 5?
Yeah,
Something like that.
That was pretty bad. I'll tell you what, that might be the worst punt I've ever seen. -9.
-9.
No return.
Came back to him.
Yeah.
Because they're back, 10 yards deep?
Oh, the punter could have downed it easily.
Yeah. So anyway, good break for Nimi. They'll get it with 5:06 to go. Uh-oh, here comes a flag from the line judge.
This one likely coming back.
I had to learn, though, when I did my first JUCO game, that when a flag went up, that they, on most type calls, it's still live ball, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because in high school, anytime the flag comes out,
Offside.
it's over.
Yeah.
Defense, number 40. 5-yard penalty.
Somebody
down.
got out over the ball. We haven't seen too many holding calls in this game. I
No.
kind of like that.
Yeah. No. Well,
You
not just a ton of penalties in general either.
No, that's true. Not many at all. I think Nimi's had 6, and I want to say 4 for Cisco.
Yeah, that's a.
And I do tell people, too, that my stats are officially unofficial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a swing and a hope.
I usually say that mine are 100% accurate or your money back.
Or your money back. Hey, I like that. Here goes a long ball. These guys have hooked up.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You got to throw that one.
They're going at it pretty good, aren't they?
Boy, that sure looked like 2 hands to the chest as the ball is approaching. I'm a little surprised on that. But
Goes incomplete. Yeah, they've got 2 touchdowns today. And that would be south to Porter. And you called it at the start. You said Porter's kind of Mr. Do-It-All, and he has been for Nimi.
Yes.
But, he's probably got to be close to 200 yards in receiving today, don't you think?
Yeah, I would say maybe 150. And there's a guy's name we haven't called, Kevin Villalobos.
Yeah, I have not.
He's out of Dexter, New Mexico, just right down New Mexico number 2.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. They'll move into Cisco territory at the 48-yard line.
Pretty unfamiliar territory for him today, unfortunately. That would be the Cisco side of the field.
Right. I knew what you meant.
It's been a long day for the Broncos.
Humor, art. You know, probably people watching them, they're like, what is he talking about? You're too young if you don't know what I just did. I got to remember that. I'll reference movies I've watched.
Yeah.
And I get this blank look, you know. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh,
you don't know who Chevy Chase is, do you?
I always tell my partner, you're dating yourself, partner.
Is your partner older?
He's actually a little younger than me.
Younger, all right. Well, timeout taken, so we'll take 1, 2, 3, 47 left in the contest. And Cisco comfortably in the lead, 56-21. You're listening to KSVPTV.com and maybe watching as well. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. Nimi with a 2nd and 10. They've moved into the Cisco side of the field. Jet sweep. This one has a little bit of promise and get down to the 41. So a gain of 7. Nice play.
Yep, not bad. That's Travion Butler.
Kind of like you said, at this point, you're just kind of running some different things, see what works, maybe what doesn't.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that South's gone the distance, to be honest with you. I really thought we might see a little of Wyatt Gomez, but we haven't.
You said he was Lovington?
Yes.
Yeah. Nope, this one going the wrong way unless he can get away, and he cannot. Boy, good defense that time by Cisco. They saw that coming.
Yeah, Dre Douglas, the redshirt freshman D-back. Really nice open field tackle.
So, JUCO, you have 2 years of eligibility, correct?
You do, yes.
And then, so you can redshirt?
Mm-hmm.
And so technically be in the program for 3 years?
Correct.
So how did Diego, he played here, then he played at New Mexico State, and now he's at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, isn't this like his 8th year of college football?
It seems like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's got a son that's playing high school. I'm kidding, folks. I don't know that. we used to see guys in high school that, look like men.
Right.
And we teased that they had a son on the JV.
Yeah, I don't know all the different rules that we're taking advantage of with Diego, but it sure seems like
he's played a long time. I couldn't. In my mind, I couldn't figure out how he got in all those years.
Well, and I think there was lawsuits involved even.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, to determine eligibility, saying how that your junior college year shouldn't count towards your 4 years of Division I football or something like that. I'm not sure, but he's played a lot of college football, and he's played it well.
And he's a senior this year, right?
Well, I guess
technically.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that. I remember when I coached Little League, we were playing Tucumcari, and they had a kid, this 13-year-olds, and he had a full beard. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's
2 minute timeout.
One of those kids who wears his birth certificate around his neck.
Yeah, I was kind of wanting to check that one, but I didn't. 2 minutes left, 56-21. Cisco over Nimi. This is KSVPTV.com. We will be back. That's funny. Welcome back to the Wool Bowl. 2 minutes left in this contest. Started at 11 o'clock Mountain Time.
Well, and here's another thing that we're supposed to say. We're not supposed to say the 2-minute warning.
Oh.
It's the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Yes.
And why is it not a warning?
A warning is just...
That's scary, taboo, or something?
I guess.
Okay. Well, I'm not very PC, so.
Well, we learned that when we were fortunate enough to do a couple of ESPN Plus games a few years ago. And
really?
Yeah, and they said, don't
2-minute timeout.
Don't say 2-minute
warning.
warning.
Don't say warning.
Yeah. Don't want to warn anybody.
That may be why I don't work for ESPN anymore. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to have ESPN radio in Clovis. Yeah. For a long time. Matter of fact, I got a good golf story for you.
All right.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. But right now, it is Cisco back on the Nimi side of the field. Looks like they're pretty much going to go pedestrian. Anyway, my company's called Sir Logo. We have a trade show. We do printing, T-shirts, banners, all that kind of stuff. And I have a trade show in Las Vegas that I drove to. And on the way back, I came through Scottsdale. And I was wearing one of my polo shirts that had ESPN radio on the sleeve. Got to know the pro there. And he goes, oh, you're media. And I said, well, you want to call, football and Clovis media, I guess I am. Anyway, long story short, he gives me a press pass to the practice round of the Phoenix Open.
Oh.
So I got to go down to the scorer's table, met John Daly and Mark Calcavecchia, and on and on and on.
Cool.
Used to play golf here in Roswell against Nancy Lopez. All right, Cisco's going to have to punt it away. Much better punt this time than the last one. This is one of those get-out-of-the-way jobs.
Oh, why did you stop it there, buddy?
Yeah, still bouncing. He downed it at the 5. Probably could have gone down to the 1.
Probably.
Not that it's going to make a big difference in this one.
No. Looks like we will get one more play.
Where did the minute and 40 seconds go? Was I talking
I guess
too
you
much?
were.
Wow. Really got into my story, huh?
That's a good story.
True. That was fun.
Got to shout out probably my alma mater's most famous alumnae, Nancy Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't she live in Becky somewhere? Indianapolis or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, should be the last play of the game, we think. And, well, now we got your guy in there, I think. Your quarterback? Number, is it 13, 10, something like that?
18?
18, maybe?
Yeah, that's Wyatt Gomez.
Yeah. Looks like he'll come in, finish things out. Nice run out to the 20 from the 5. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. Let's see if they let him air one out here.
Yeah, might as well throw one up, right?
Yeah, I'm not
10 seconds left.
Not sure why the clock hasn't started. Now he starts it. So this should be it.
Yeah, it should be it, unless it's an incompletion. But no, they're going to run it. Didn't even let him throw it. That'll do it. This one is in the books, and it is all Cisco. 56-21. They get the win over Nimi. And so do we take a break, come back for a little wrap-up, or what do we need to do?
It's up to you,
Are we
partner.
done? You're the boss in my book.
No, we can be done here. Well, let's just talk about what's next for each team. Cisco is going to, let's see, I have it here. Cisco is going to play Community Christian College, I believe. Nope, that's Nimi. So they are going to play Northeast Oklahoma, and that is going to be at Northeast Oklahoma. That's at 1 p.m. Central Time next week. That's on the 18th. And then Cisco. Don't have Cisco in front of me, so we can't tell you about Cisco. Apologies there. But, yeah, so next home game for the Broncos is going to be against Trinity on October 25th at 2 p.m. And I believe we have that one for you as well.
All right. Well, I do want to thank personally Kelly McDonald, the color commentator extraordinaire. I think you did a great job. I've worked with a lot of people, and you know your stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Also, Doug Hazel, he was the producer. Heard him talking to the camera guys. Sure, you guys did a wonderful job. Thank you very much. And I have to thank everybody's boss, Gene Dow, for
absolutely.
inviting me to come down again. I thought after what I did last week, I would never get a call again. But Gene, I don't know if he thought I was good or just desperate. maybe one of the two. I don't know.
It was a pleasure, partner.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it a lot. Again, your final score 56 to what was it? 21 in this one, and a good effort by Nimi, but Cisco a little bit too tough. So, with that said, hope everybody enjoys any of your Division I college football games. Baseball, who do you like in baseball?
Well, I was going for the Brewers.
Going for the Brewers. Ooh, yeah. They play today, right?
They play
for the
today.
What If game?
Well, I think it's the last game.
Win or lose. Win or go home.
Win or go home game.
Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't ever see who won the Seattle-Detroit game last night.
I didn't either. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, go Brewers. Everybody, thanks for watching on KSVPTV.com. Everybody have a wonderful weekend.